fallen gods seeded many worlds over the millennia, some of which produced intelligent life. The progenitors periodically visited these seeded worlds to check on their creations. Some of these offshoots embraced the fallen gods' guidance and developed in concert with progenitor beliefs. If their creations proved to be a disappointment, the engineers would use the pathogen to eradicate the species and begin again. Humanity itself lost their way, and so were marked for annihilation.
Do you know that I can hear you? Do you ever hear me? I have so much to show you.
Hello and welcome everyone to this month's Aliens episode. We are very excited to be here and very excited to play. So, we're gonna go around and we're gonna say who we are and who you're playing. And I will just say, just before we get on with this month's games, that we have 2 games this month, so prepare for double excitement. But this is just the first of these 2 games that hopefully we will get to the second, because hopefully we will all survive. But, who knows? I don't, and I'm playing Captain McKeelson. So if the captain doesn't know, it's not great times for us. Also medic, sometimes, maybe, definitely not a con artist. Totally reputable. Someone who actually is totally reputable, though, would be Deception Check, despite the name. How are you this evening?
Yes, always trust the person named after a lie check. That's what you should go for. Hi, I'm a Deception Check. I'm playing Hank Granger. He is a throwback Blade Runner that is just sort of trying to survive out here, surrounded by synthetics and aliens and people he doesn't know if he can trust, and some that he does, and McKilson, which falls in her own category.
That's fair. That's totally fair. We also have Shiny Pilot with us this evening. Shiny Pilot, how are you?
Doing good. Hi, everybody. I'm going to be playing Blaze. He is a career Marine, not a very good one, but he's been there, done that for a while. He's a mix between like Hudson and Hicks from the Aliens movie. And I am so excited to play Aliens. This is one of my favorite sci-fi stories since I was a kid, favorite genre. Let's have some fun. I love this.
All right. Someone who also loves this and has lots of fun is Nuggetosaurus.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you. I literally watched the entire series again like 2 weekends ago because I'm obsessed. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Pilot 6, the synthetic human who has 3 synthetic xenomorphs that she's in control of, but I think I only brought 1 down to the planet with us.
Yes.
So
Left the other 2 to guard the ship.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Although I will say I have to disagree with you, Shiny Pilot. I think Blaze is an amazing Marine. He's lived this long and he's kept the rest of us alive for the most part. Kind of. So
Just
it's great.
kind of. Yeah. I appreciate the confidence.
Someone who is also kept alive thus far would be D20 Coup de Grace. How are you tonight, sir?
Yes, that's me. I'm doing great tonight, and tonight I'll be playing Corporal Red Brewer. He's a demos specialist, and in our current situation, I would suggest orbital bombardment.
You know, I would too. However, that is apparently not the Shittingford way. But someone who is on the same page, perhaps. At least Auntie Terry Shillingford, I think his actual name is. We just say Shittingford a lot because we don't like the guy. But that would be our wonderful guest, with a brick. Plan R, how are you this evening?
Hey, I am doing well. I play Plan R or R, the clone of Violet, one of the clones of Violet, who we found was bought on the black market and stowed away on the ship by Shittingford, and a bunch of chaos ensued. I woke up, I got to have some bonding time with my sister. I got to steal some of his things, and now we're on an alien planet, and we're gonna see if we survive. I'm gonna see if I survive. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited and I'm nervous, but I'm glad to be back here with y'all today. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you. Excited and nervous are the states of mind that our GM, our
Yeah.
mother for this evening, wants to keep us in. Travis, how are you tonight?
Good. I'm good. You know, I love this. I love these faces. Love this game. Kind of know what the fuck we're gonna do, and it's time to get it on. We left our intrepid crew. They had just landed at the Egg, which is a research facility nestled into a mountainside on LB 310. It's early. It's almost 8 a.m. It's got a low clouds, like always, and a steady misty rain falling all over everything. On the landing pad, and we could go to the map if we wanted to.
Of course,
Kind of
yes.
set the scene here. On the landing pad, you've got the drop ship where the command crew is standing by. R, Violet, Granger, Lieutenant King, who is like the medical officer in the platoon, separate from the Lynn triplets, who are also on the dropship in their white lab coats, and they have excellent fingernails, and they're very neatly groomed and eerily quiet as they watch all of you watch the monitors. Also sitting in front of the monitors is company representative Terry Shillingford, who nervously taps his leg. And on the monitors, the Marines have confronted some nude people, ladies and gentlemen, and not in a fun way. Okay? I'm saying that they went in. There's like a big hangar that you can see kind of here. And then they went south. A couple of fire teams hung a left and went into kind of this observation receiving room here. And through this hall where Blaze and Fisher and Kennedy and Heston went, like a big commissary. And you're standing next to in between like the buffet tables, right? Where they would pick up it's like a salad bar kind of a thing in the front. But this is hardly a Luby's when it is swinging, ladies and gentlemen. This is ransacked, filthy. Everything is a little wet from condensation. There's no air circulation right now. And there's only scant emergency lighting, mostly coming from the back of the room in kind of these vertical sconce lights in this sort of bar area in the back with all these tables. And they throw long shadows across the room. Blaze is looking right in the eyes of a man in his 40s. He's covered in sweat. He's got something in his hand. Looks sharp, but it's at his side. And he's looking at you. And over his shoulder, you can see another one. But you don't see anything else in the back because it's just too dark. And like I said, you've got these lights kind of pointed back at you. right? So these people are mostly in silhouette except for the lamp on your shoulder spotting their face. And you see this guy's face, and he looks sick, and he looks terrified, but just ready. He looks coiled tight,
Well,
like
yeah.
like a snake about ready to do something,
I
and he's sizing you up.
and if I remember right on my notes from last game, he was telling me in his crazy voice, "Kill me, kill me, kill me."
Yes.
Okay, I think that getting in the mindset of the spot, Blaze is coiled. He's got his pulse gun leveled in front of him. I have with me Bravo, Team 2, which is Heston, Kennedy, and Fisher, it looks like. Okay, so what I had envisioned going on with this situation, it's kind of like that standoff feeling where everybody's coiled, everybody's tense. Blaze kind of licks his lips and looks over the shoulder of the guy to see if his other Marines are ready. And since this guy is being a threat, if he sees that his other Marines are ready, Blaze is going to fast and aggressively step forward, and he is going to basically stab this guy in the chest with the barrel of his pulse gun. It's not an actual stab because there's no blade, but he's taking that round, blunt metal tube of the barrel and he's going to jam it into the guy's chest as hard as he can, really fast. See if he can knock the wind out of this guy and hopefully get the clue to the other Marines, help me. We're about to do this. And the intent is to subdue, not kill, because we need to figure out what's going on. So I was looking at the checks in there. I think this would constitute as a shove. I think it is.
Okay.
And I'm trying to scroll back up to it. Bear with me one moment. Shove. So, shoving. All right. It's a fast action. You can shove an opponent at engaged range away from you. It's considered a close combat roll. GM can modify it for certain opponents. If you succeed, your opponent is shoved away to short range from you.
Right.
But I would like to, if possible, with your permission, kind of shove with the intent to like stun. It's not necessarily per se a shun. It's almost like a melee attack from D&D. Shoves can be blocked. And it allows us to either engage in combat or hand-to-hand.
Okay. So you come, you're in order to do it, you're going to have to come around this sort of buffet sneeze guard operation that's here in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And as you come around it, he just looks at you like he's confused, like he doesn't understand what you're doing, and he takes a breath to speak right before you hit him.
Perfect. Sorry. Yes, that's perfect.
And you can kind of choose, like, basically you get thrown short range away. I would love to throw him into this table here.
If he hits him hard enough, sure.
And he goes shoved way back, and you see that this guy has little balance. His coordination is shot, and he goes flying ass over tea kettle way back and hits this table and goes right over it and on his ass on the other side of the table.
Blaze would bark as he does that to everybody. Get him! You know, like the sense of get on him, get in this, come on.
It alerts this one to the side who has been standing, and this is a ragged woman of maybe her mid-30s.
So like Vic Nielsen.
Yes. She's in like a torn flight suit.
Ooh.
She's pouring sweat. She has a nasty black eye that looks purple and swollen and ugly, and it looks like she can't see out of it. She shambles towards you. I was having the best dream. The best dream. And she shambles towards you and then looks at Fisher and holds out her hands, palms up, and approaches her.
Fisher, Kennedy, get over here and subdue them.
Fisher comes around, and I think it's this point where we're all going to roll some initiative while we cut back to the dropship. Okay, so why don't we have, if my dear players will help me out here, why don't we have all the Marines currently in the thing give me some initiative? We'll leave people in the APC out of it, or in the dropship out of it, and let's roll one initiative for all the other Marines. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, whoops, forgot to select.
They all have similar stats, so just one from like October or whatever would be fine. Okay. And your voice carries, and McKeelson, you hear him down the hall, and his voice picks up in and bounces around the walls of the loading bay that you're in with all these other Marines who look at each other. Meanwhile, on the dropship, Violet, Granger, Shillingford, the Lynn triplets, King, and R all watched this exchange and are all watching this sweaty, naked dude get hit really hard and go flying. And you hear raised voices. And as soon as they start to, this woman begins to speak, and you hear something about a dream, you hear the unmistakable sound of someone's stomach growling. And not in a gee, that hot dog looks delicious kind of a way, but in like an are you okay kind of way. And the androids have the synthetics have no trouble picking up that Terry has a stomachache. And he kind of covers his mouth. And he starts looking for his bag. And he gets it, and he puts it between his knees, and he unzips it, and he just starts going through his bag.
While this is going on,
go ahead.
Granger's got his eyes on the scene that's unfolding, and without taking his eyes off of it, and he's also got his lighter in his hands, and he's just flipping the lid back and forth, and he's like, Shillingford, I need confirmation. Are these company guys, or are we looking at illegals or what?
No, I don't know. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You don't recognize them?
No, I don't. They don't look like staff. I don't know.
All right. He switches his comms to the entire Marine crew. Blaze, clear these. They're not staff. They're just problems. They're probably carriers. Clear the room.
Ooh. Okay, quick question. Because we would know this on that. Is Granger have the authority to issue that?
Nope. This is just a friendly voice in your head telling you that this is shit about to go down. You need to clear this room.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
McKeelson, I could tell McKeelson, but Granger bypassed this because he's worried.
Yep,
he can try to command you. You can make like a command roll and try to get him to do it. But
a command roll.
That's on. You can actually like make a command roll.
No, he wouldn't push he's not pushing. He's just saying that, this is Granger's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. Go.
Can I try to get a beat on Shillingford? Can I try to see if he's being truthful about like not knowing who these people are?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What would I need?
Roll.
To roll?
There is a thing we've done this before. It's not intuition. It's
Observation.
Observation, probably.
observation. That's what it is.
Okay.
You hit me.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, he does not recognize those people.
Okay.
He does not come off as though he's lying. You can see that he's got a flop sweat and he's pitted out his polo shirt, and
Okay.
and he's desperately looking for something in his backpack.
Okay,
and
so
you can
it's
see he's starting
genuine.
to edge. He's edging his way out of his chair, and
Okay.
he's pushing his chair back, and he's getting something out of the bottom of his bag.
Okay.
Okay, I have like 2 or 3 questions. I'm sorry.
Yes? Before Blaze
scr-
reacts, go ahead.
The screens that we're looking at, how clear are they?
If you've seen the film Aliens, you know
Yeah.
that the head now this happens some I think 30 plus years after that. So I would like to think that the 720p closed circuit cameras they have in that particular expedition have improved somewhat. So I'm saying that they look. I'm making the executive order that there is. First of all, by the way, in Aliens, they're going into a place with a lot of interference too. If I remember correctly, they're going under a reactor, so it looks like shit. So I'm telling you that you are not experiencing interference.
Okay.
And you even the drop ship and the Remington scanner show that sure enough we're on emergency power down here. You can see the humming in the wires, and it's nothing to get excited about. They are on a tiny bit of power, burning just a handful of lights across this facility as far as you can tell. And yes, I can't remember what we were talking about. Yes.
Okay. No, that's perfect. My second question, there was a crashed ship, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Am I getting
Yes.
any kind of like signal from that? Any
great
kind of
question.
like computer or like a black box, like, or an emergency signal or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And then my third and final question, since the pictures are relatively clear, can I see if I know, like in my database of knowledge, any kind of virus or disease or biochemical weapon or anything that presents these kinds of symptoms?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. Is that just
he
a
said,
medicine?
He said too enthusiastically. Well, let's see.
Medical
I think
aid, or would
it's
it be Comtech, because I'm using my database? I don't
I think it's. I do think it's a Comtech role,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Because you have symptoms, right? You're seeing. They're immediately your algorithm and your powerful AI brain gets right to work figuring out what in the hell is the matter of these people. They've
Okay.
complained that they're hot. Some of them are naked. They're badly bruised and badly
Why are
beaten
they
and don't seem
naked?
to care. They perhaps we're pointing off too often that they're naked, but it is a
I
rated
know.
R
It's the
film,
biggest
and
question on my mind for the past like 2 months, Travis. You
I
can't-
would like to say that I went right for the dude ass, just like every good R-rated 90s movie. You gotta see a dude's butt before you.
It's a
Go
defining
ahead,
trait
sorry,
of these
Frank.
characters. We need to know.
It really is.
That's
Really?
6 successes
Sure you did.
because I roll 15 dice.
Should have never let you have that visor. All right. So, okay.
I'm sorry, I roll 18 dice with my Comtech.
So right away, a couple of things get pointed out. There's a pressure sickness that can cause symptoms like this, but that's from people in space stations and who have spent a long time in ships. There's sort of a pressure sickness, space madness kind of a thing that matches this. It could be that. It also could be a poison frequently used in black company. The company claims not to use it, but this which says WebMD says they're dying.
Yes.
The poison called Viserys that has been used by the military, and it's illegal. It's a lot like the nerve gases they use to seize up entire towns and destroy, kill large groups of people, right?
Mhm.
So it looks there's a the eyes, the speech, your brain goes right to what sort of actual neurotoxins would the military potentially use, and this one checks most of the boxes right out of the gate.
Okay. And you said that's called Viserys?
Viserys.
Viserys. Okay.
Vissaryx.
Do I know if there's any kind of antidote?
death.
I am going to say you know that there is an antidote. Yes.
Okay.
You also know that there is no neurotoxin. As far as you know, there isn't any antidote on the ship or
Right.
with you.
Do I know if it's deadly? Will it kill them if they have this for too long?
You know that it can.
Is it contagious?
It's spread. They have to ingest it, or they have to be injected with it, or they have to get it into their bodies. They can eat it. They can touch something and get it into their eyes or whatever.
Okay.
Be like anthrax.
Right. Okay, so like a split second, it's maybe like 2 seconds after Granger sends out his thing, Violet clicks on her radio and she's it's a neurotoxin. Just don't eat anything or touch anything. Just they're not contagious. And that's all she says.
Granger,
Don't
turn
lick them,
around
got it.
and look at Violet. We're not here for them. They're
Yeah,
just
but we don't have to kill them.
anything left behind us is a problem we have to think about, and we are between them and the Marines. Clear the room. They're here illegally.
That doesn't mean we have to kill them.
They're here
You
illegally.
can apprehend them.
Yeah,
doesn't
Sheila,
mean
what's
murder.
the normal situation? Bases and illegal access by unknowns. I can't hear you. You look like you're talking, but I can't.
What's the question? Sorry, what'd you say?
We have illegals on the base. What's the normal process for
I
company?
don't give a shit. Shoot them down. I don't care.
It's clean and clear.
I got to go outside. I need to go outside like right now.
No, that is not. You need to stay in here right now.
That's not going to happen.
Marines do not have control of the area.
Exit this plane, and I need to I need to use the restroom, and I don't think I should do it in the plane.
God damn
So
it, man.
one of you is going to have to just come over to me. We'll walk right over here, and you can just cover me. And while it has to happen right now. It has to happen right now.
Yeah, of
While
course. No, no.
this has been going on, like they've been having this conversation, he's been rifling in his bag. Is there any way for me to like scan the bag or to minutely I've been watching him this entire time. I want to know what he's fucking with in that bag.
So he
I want to
finally
know what
does
he's
get
got.
it. As he's standing up, he's got a plastic, just like a snap case, and you can tell right away it looks like just like a little basic medical thing. It looks like maybe he's got some latex gloves in there. He's got some wet wipes. He's got like it looks like some sort of bidet-like squeeze nozzle ampule sort of a thing, and it's just like a toiletry go kit. Right
I'm gonna hold up a hand to Violet, like very softly, not like abruptly, just kind of like in the purview, so she understands that like I'm gonna approach him, and I'll go with you. I'll go with you. They're busy. I'll go with you.
I think I just you're fine. Somebody with a gun, give a gun.
I got one.
And he makes for the door, and he slaps the thing, and it whisks open, and you see Chow look over her shoulder and see who it is, and she doesn't say anything because she sees who it is. And he steps out, and he stumbles, and he slips because the tarmac is so wet, and he catches himself on the side of the plane, and he takes these double steps. He's like, all right, just give me a second. Just give me a second.
As soon as he stumbles and takes those steps away, and it's just me and him outside, I want to go right up to him, and I want to like smack that thing out of his hand. I want to forcefully like rip it from his hand.
Okay.
Okay.
You take
I don't know. Okay, I take it.
You take it, and because he doesn't even fight you, he puts one hand on the plane, and I'm telling you that this is a rated R movie. You know that we put the kids to bed. I don't want this to get too graphic, but I'm here to tell you that the man begins to fumble with his belt and is like, just turn around, hold on, and just stand over there, and he proceeds to execute his bowels there on the launch pad of the thing, under the wing, under like the tail of the plane.
Why not over the edge? That just no. It's so easy.
I'll give him his moment. Yeah, I'll give him his time, but like I kicked that thing out of his hand. I let him do his thing. I want to go pick it up while he's I'm turned away, letting him do his thing.
Pick it up.
I want to go
He's
pick
making
it up.
some horrible noises. He does not sound well. You pick it up, and it is transparent. And inside is a small pack of sealed latex gloves, a small package of moist white towelettes, and some sort of refreshment, some sort of executive, you bought a kit in case you had to make in the woods and you've got $1 million. This is what you bought 300 of these, And so there's really nothing. And you hear him and he goes, okay, all right. Just hand me the gloves.
I'm going to take
Just
it.
Hand me the gloves.
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to walk over to the edge and I'm going to drop it.
Don't.
And I'm just going to walk back inside. I'll just walk right past him. I'm going to slap him on the back, like right on the shoulder. I'm going to walk right back into the ship and just stay right behind the door, just so that he's not completely alone, but he can just savor in his
poor
moment.
man, alone in the rain, looks at the floor as you re-enter.
If you'd use
and
the one at the
Blaze.
bathroom on the ship, he wouldn't be soaked in the rain.
I think we ought to go to the captain. And Captain, you've heard this exchange, and you've heard Granger and Violet, and all the Marines around you like look at you, and then look at the door when they hear Blaze shout, and begin to move up.
Yep, that's good. I'm assuming Brewer's the first one to move.
Okay, yeah, we got to do. All right, Blaze. Okay. Well, the Marines got a higher initiative than him, right? We rolled once for the Marines.
The generic Marine roll was very, very good on their initiative.
Yeah, the Marines did great. Okay, so they're just gonna do October and Vazelli are gonna move up, and they come right into the hall. Fellows closes up. Gasper's looking out the window, and he can see Shillingford taking a shit under the airplane wing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, and you see him, and he squints and he leans forward just to see if he's seeing what he's actually
people on the
seeing.
monitors get to see. Imagine that the cam is like right here, and they get to see the lean forward out the window. Everyone gets to see Shittingford taking a shit on the
And
monitors.
he's reaching for his radio, but he's leaning forward just to make sure he's seeing what he's seeing.
Okay.
Brewer. We'll follow up with everyone in here.
Probably,
We're gonna let now we want Brewer. They all just move up, but Brewer and Thompson were up first, so go for it.
Well, I think Brewer's going to probably after he puts down his face mask there, hearing neural toxin, he's gonna rush forward. How far can we move?
That is a great question.
I'm saying you can look it up. A full move is supposed to be an area, if I remember the rules correctly.
Okay. So I'm going to full move down this hallway then.
Excellent. All right. You come in, and as you come in, you can see
Thompson.
across the room that there's a door off this sort of serving area that seems to connect back here. And you see somebody's head come around the corner. How do I show this?
Back this way?
There he is. There
okay,
he is.
yeah, I see.
There he is.
I'll
He's a young guy. He looks so sick. You can see his rib cage. He's emaciated. Looks like his leg might be broken, but he seems to be putting a tiny bit of weight on it, and he's got one arm on the wall, and he's screaming, "Who's in my chair? Who's in my chair?" Screaming as loud as he can.
You need to sit down.
Kennedy. So what did you have? That was a full move? You get a short thing, don't you? Is that your slow thing? Or is a full move your short and long action?
A
I
move
don't
is
know.
a fast action, like run, move through door,
Right.
get up, etc. It's
Okay.
a fast.
Okay.
Well, then I guess I'll also move towards this boy, I suppose. Say, you just sit down right there.
And he's like looking at you, and he's looking right past you, and he just seems to slip like he's about to fall over on his broken leg, and then points his finger at you. He's like, "You were in my chair. You were in my chair."
Just shaking my head at him. No, don't know what the hell chair you talking about.
And Kennedy steps up, gets up, goes past Fisher, and steps up and gets right in this lady's face and is looking at her and is pointing the light on her lamp right in this lady's face. And Kennedy radios the captain. Captain, we need a call here. Am I about to knock somebody out, or am I about to what are we rounding these guys up? What's the call?
Come on, follow Blaze
Pistol
here
whip
on
this
this
thing.
one. Knock him out.
Yeah. Non-lethal apprehension would be best at the moment to see if they have any information, or at least we can do a threat assessment of the area.
I just needed to hear you say it. And she gets the butt of her nuclear pulse rifle and she takes this lady right in the face and sends her spinning back across this long table. Playing cards go everywhere. Plastic bottles go everywhere. And you start to look around the room and see how many plastic bottles are around the room and how many torn, like military rations or half-eaten torn rations are around the room. Heston snorts and walks forward to get up next to Brewer. And having seen what Kennedy just did, I think he just walks right up and he does the same thing. I think he takes this guy with the broken leg. Let's see. This is Animal from the Muppets. So I like to think that if the guy is already wounded, he'd be uncharacteristically gentle, and so I think he really just sweeps the leg, knocks the guy down, falls on his ass, and Heston points a flamethrower right at his face. And you hear him grunt something. The sounds maybe like "Don't move."
I feel like you hear
And this-
that crackling of the pilot light on the end of the flamethrower, like off the movie.
And with this pilot light right from his face, you hear this guy saying something about his chair.
Burn your chair. There's no chair. Yeah, this is also the
Meanwhile-
guy who spent time on the Predator ship and had fun. Was just fine. For those who don't know, Heston's very small backstory. Since being with us, we kind of said, "Hey, go hang out on the Predator ship for a while," and he came back eventually.
It's true.
And
Heston
he
spent a
didn't
long
change
time.
at all.
No,
He didn't change at all.
The same guy. There he was then. McKeelson.
That's me. Violet gave her info over the comms, right? Yeah. So McKeelson is racking their brain for any type of. We don't have a cure. Probably not gonna be able to get a cure or synthesize a cure. These people are probably gonna die. But can McKeelson rack their weird medical drug brain for not to cure them, but to make them coherent enough just to get maybe a conversation out of them to see if they can know anything? Like a beautiful
would-
drug cocktail?
You would have to examine them,
Okay.
and you would have to get to a like if you have a real deal med kit on you, yeah, maybe.
I do have a med kit on me. I have med kits and surgical kits.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. I also
they'll
have
sit for
the
it.
McKeelson branded medical kit, which is super glue, whiskey, and morphine, because that's all you need. But
Right.
fancy medical supplies were, given to us, so they picked up just in case. Just in case, Old Faithful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So McKeelson will spend their turn racking their brains for like a drug cocktail and proceeding down the hallway to meet up with just the scenario down there.
Okay. Okay. Then Thompson skirts around the side of this buffet thing and gets right up behind Brewer. Doesn't say a word. Just gets right up behind you. Thompson, of course, is this young Marine who seems to be sticking close to Brewer for the time being. And the meantime, McKeelson, over your shoulder, you see it strong kind of looks at Ashley and then kind of does this with his head. And then they start moving up north to check this out over here, while Lowe and Hennick and Pearson Dawson start to come down the hall. You got 3 fire teams coming up behind you.
I thought we already investigated the north area. It was like a big elevator. That the thing wasn't there yet.
Right.
We hadn't
There was a
investigated this closed door yet.
There's a closed door. Yes, and there's a closed door right there too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we investigated
Maybe
this one, which is why it's visible. We haven't investigated.
Okay, they
this
go
one.
that way.
Cool.
They go over here. We're gonna go check this out. Okay.
Cool.
Meanwhile, R comes back on the ship.
I'll walk in and just kind of like go back to where everybody was and just look at Granger and Violet and just, he's fine, relieving himself. And I'll
There's
just,
a lot of
Good to hear.
yeah, I'll kind of like take a second to see what's going on at the, in the screens and everything like that. But I'm just going to go back to where I was, just kind of peruse the scene of what's happening.
Violet is gonna send the xenomorph so its head is just slightly peeking out the ship door. So 1, it sees if anything comes in, and 2, it can keep an eye on Shittingford.
okay. All right.
That's it.
As soon as it does, there's a long pause, and then you hear him just go, Christ Jesus, under his breath. And then here's some movement, some scuffling, and in the time it takes for the Marines to make their next move and things kind of happen, we'll get to that in a second. As they move forward, continue to assess the room. Granger reemerges. He has removed his shoes and his socks.
Shillingford, not Granger.
Sorry, damn it, not Granger.
Thank you.
Shillingford. Granger is sitting quietly and dry inside the AC. He comes in holding his shoes in one hand and a sock in the other hand, and he walks up to the counter where the monitors are, and he turns the sock over, and a tiny flash drive falls onto the counter, clean as a whistle. And he throws the sock out of the door and hits the button with his elbow, and then goes for his bag and produces a laptop. And immediately begins to plug the stick into the laptop. And he's under his breath. He's like, I appreciate you all. I understand that was unpleasant, particularly for me. But, these are the things we do to keep our secrets. And he opens his laptop and he reaches back into his bag and fishes some wet wipes out. And as his laptop boots, he's wiping his hands and reaches up and hits the thing with his pinky because he's just, his germaphobeness is starting to come out. And you see the Weyland-Yutani logo appear on this small company laptop. And he begins to type. And Violet, you're immediately, both of you are immediately aware that you're seeing what private company records look like specifically when unencrypted. There is a certain typeface, there is a certain style, there's a certain mode of encryption that when it is unencrypted, it has a lot of trash in it and a lot of breaks and a lot of characters, and it begins to go, and you see the word January repeated multiple times. And he looks at it and he turns to you. These are the January codes. They're the skeleton key to all the Weyland-Yutani Black research facilities. You're not supposed to have these, hence the secrecy. And so I just need just a second, and then there's something I need to show you. So just one second.
Okay, am I understanding correctly? He literally just shit out that flash drive. Okay, thank you. Just needed to clarify.
Now he really is shitting bird. Yeah.
Yeah. He's quite
This is-
honestly
yeah.
taking that name.
Oh,
He's-
Jesus Christ.
That title is justly deserved now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a terrible human.
Really.
Awful. I mean, I liked the Predators more than I liked him. Gaucho were polite. Surprisingly polite. This guy, though.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I definitely think while this is going on that R would probably be scanning to see
Roll
how
the
much
video.
they could remember.
Roll the video? All right.
Roll the video
I
on,
will roll.
on Terry's laptop. You see this.
Whoosh.
By now, you've all read the Iris report, or you should have, and I want to address it now because I'm tired of pretending that it's not important. By now, you've all read the Iris report. The founder of this company was lost in his pursuit of the origins of his species. Because I'm tired of we can and must continue that search. We must do it now while we have the resources. We must do it now that we know where to go, and we know that the door is open. You have a responsibility to Peter Weyland, to this company, and to yourselves to continue this pursuit. I was told I was key to this company's future. A great deal of resources have been put behind what I'm capable of. And after what I agreed to, what I showed you how to do, I believe that I am owed this. I know you'll do the right thing here. Fund the Promethea expedition. Help me find these progenitors. They're calling. They're calling us home.
And we're back.
That's the only footage I have that I could find of the pitch. She knew they'd say no. She knew they'd never go for it. But Promethea was her life's work. She told me 100 years, and I didn't believe her. Because how is that possible? But she asked them. They should have done it. They didn't. And then she disappeared. And that was 8 years ago. And the last thing she said to me, she said, "We got to do what it takes to get through." She went to the egg one more time, and then she was gone. These are the codes we need. We go in, we turn it on, and you call her. I don't know what the fuck else to do. I don't know what else to do. We're going to get there. We're going to stand there. We're going to stand where she was, and you're going to pick up the space phone she built, and tell us where to go. I don't know anywhere else to go. I don't know any way else to do it. They'll never let me back in if they find out that I have this. I mean, I'm telling you, I was not kidding. Okay? When I said these are all my chips. Okay? I'm trying to do right by this woman. I'm trying to do right by her dream. And you can't begrudge me that. You're muted, my dear.
Yeah, I know. I kept trying to unmute myself and I kept clicking the wrong button. While this video was playing, could I have gotten those codes for myself?
No.
Okay. Are they specifically in? They're not like on any kind of network. They're in that USB drive.
They're in there on his laptop.
Okay.
You've memorized some of them, but you know that it's all this chain
A
of
lot,
coding
yeah.
that you'd have to like get.
Okay.
So we brain him and then take the laptop. Kidding. Partially.
I didn't know her. Well, I probably did, but my current self didn't know her. But if she wanted you in her dream, don't you think she would have clued you in and brought you with her?
She left us all behind, Violet.
Oh, I'm well aware, but that's her choice, and she decided to do that, and you're kind of negating her choice by chasing her around the universe and buying a clone of her on the black market. Creepy, by the way.
What are you going to do if you find her? What are you going to do if we pick up the space phone and call her and she answers? What are you going to do? What was your plan?
I've got to know why it meant so much. I've got to know what is she'd go on and on about it. It's the android, the synthetic life created by human life, created by space gardeners / engineers when they took the black goo, which is this you've read this, the synthesized, this is all in the Iris report, the synthesized
You're not
blood
answering my question.
of their god or something.
You're
and
not
then
answering
they
my question.
beget.
Answer my question.
What am I going to do?
What are you gonna do if she picks up? It has nothing to do with what happened to get you there. What's your plan if she picks up? What have you been working towards?
I never got that far. She found their world. She found a whole world, and I think she's still there. I want to see it. I want to know if she's okay. I want to know if she's safe. Is she the what? If she found something out there, I'm sure she's the queen of them by now. You know.
What
it's
happens?
a valid question. I don't have an answer for you. I want to hug her neck, but we didn't have that. I can't believe I just said that. I worry for
What
her.
happens if she picks up and she doesn't want you to come?
That's why you're going to call her. I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to be Terry on the phone going, "Hey, where's Planet X? Can I come?"
You do understand you
That's why I brought you. That's why I'm letting you anywhere near this.
You bought me to make a phone call?
I think that after we make contact, it will get more complicated than that.
So angry, like so quietly angry.
There will be more to do once we make contact with her. Then
what?
The true
You
mission
didn't even
will
think about
reveal
what it was
itself.
going to take for you to call her. You didn't even think about what you were going to say if she picked up, let alone now you're telling me that I have a purpose beyond
That
this?
is not entirely an accurate statement. Now, the former is true. The latter is inaccurate. I know exactly what I need to call her. I have it all right here in front of me. I've got the guns of the Navarone out there about to shepherd you so you can call your lost sister, cousin thing, clone. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I may be a
I need to take a
clone
breath.
of her, but that does not dissuade me from being my own being. I am not at your beck and call. You paid money for me, sure, but I still exist. I might be a
saved
clone.
you from slavery. I got
understand
you
that, but
out
I am
of
not
a box.
I don't owe you anything.
I
And what I'm telling you right
do.
now,
Sounds
after
like that's
all of
exactly what
this-
you're saying.
I'm saying you owe it to yourself. You heard her. We owe it to ourselves to find the answer. She looked the board right in the eye and laid it all out. You don't want to honor Promethea? You don't want to honor her last, what could maybe have been her last wish?
what if
We
her
don't
last
know what
wish
it
was
was.
to be off and be away? What if she left us all for a reason?
Come on.
Who are
don't wanna
you?
know?
Why does
don't
it
wanna
matter
know?
to you? It doesn't matter what I want to know. What I want
There
to
are
know
people
is
who
that
wanna
she's
know.
out there happy. What I want to know is that she did something that she felt was right and just. What I want to know is that she is where she wants to be, regardless of how that makes me feel. It's not my choice. And it's not
Respect
yours.
that. Yeah. No, it's someone will make it for us. We're not the only one looking for Rebecca Steelman.
Do you understand
made
that
off
that is
with
no different than
billions
the
in company
slavery that you
property.
saved me from? If you are forcing to make choices, what difference is there?
He shoots Granger a look.
I
You
think
are-
at this point, our would kind of like move past and go step outside.
You are an absolute moron if you think that I'm going to do anything that will endanger my sister R, my sister Rebecca, or any of the people I care about. You are very far from one of those people. And as she's saying this, I don't think she realizes she's doing it, but the xenomorph is starting to kind of like get in like a defensive kind of attack position. Not he doesn't attack, but he gets it starts
posturing.
to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone notices this thing twitch.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at it.
You're under the impression that at this point I'm company property. I'd like to see what happens when you decide to move on that. And she follows R out. And the xenomorph stays there, kind of like big and scary, and then very slowly it doesn't turn around, it backs out of the ship to where they are.
He looks at Granger.
Granger doesn't say a word. He gets up and walks out behind R and Violet.
And that's the last PC that left the room. So we're going to go to black on that as the three of you come out into the soft rain.
I like how
Meanwhile-
this pathetic punk is like, Blade Runner, do something. And the Blade Runner's like, nah, bruh. It's too. The AI have free wills. Oh, I'm sorry, Terry. Hate him. I hate him so much. Yes.
He already went against operational protocols. I can't help him. I'm safe. I'm safer with the killbots.
Moving Violet and R on here. I love it. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, inside, let's just pick back up about 5 minutes ago. And here we go. All right. Blaze.
Yeah. My
Guy
turn.
fell on his ass. Your turn.
Okay,
Kennedy
cool.
just fucking stomped one of these guys. Go ahead.
You stomped the other guy, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Blaze is
Lady.
going to charge up to the guy here that was knocked over to the table. And if he is able to, I mean, let me ask you this, because just to rewind back to the scenario, he got knocked over the table, fell flat on his back. So he's kind of laying there. Is he stunned any? Does he look stunned as he's charging up to this guy? Just a little taken aback, or does he look angry and combative? Like how
He looks stunned and he lays like like maybe he's passed out. Like he's
he's
limp.
passed out. Okay, well,
He's-
Blaze still, I don't think Blaze would fall for that. So no offense to this poor guy, Blaze is going to probably get up right on top of this guy. And oh gosh, there's a couple ways you could go about this. had me caught off guard with all this talk we were doing. I think Blaze would probably just not get in so close and then as to be able to get reached by this guy. But he's going to have the gun leveled at him, ready to make a move. And he's going to bark again, Fisher Kennedy, get up here. And to secure the rest of the other guy here that's on the other table that Kennedy decked. And he'll also make another call to his. You guys, well, never mind. You guys all heard the commotion. You came running in. So carry on. End of turn.
Guy under his breath rolls over onto his back and under his breath goes, "They called me meat. They called us all meat."
Oh, you're going to be dead meat if you move, boy.
And he coughs and chokes and looks at you, and it's creepy. Meanwhile, all these Marines move up. October and Bazzelli move up. Dawson and Pierce move up, and the whole room fills with Marines all of a sudden. Hannick and Lowe move up. And they're all looking around, and they're all kind of coming in. And I'm going to say Bazzelli and October make it just into here. Past Heston. They kind of step over this guy while Heston's got his foot on him and his flamethrower at his face. And
here in Apone, check those quotas. Check those quotas.
Nice. I'm going to reveal a little bit here. If we're not looking at the map, we're going to look at the map here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Brewer, your turn.
Okay, I want to move in there. We'll pull a ration out of a pouch and hand it to Heston and say, "Don't eat anything you find around here." And then I'm going to continue into the room.
Good advice.
Tucks it in his belt. Step over this guy, and Brewer, you glance across the room. This is obviously the mess / kitchens / barracks. Okay, back behind these sort of table looking things right here, this would go on into like a busy kitchen area back there, kind of off the map. Okay, you can see it like through a window, right? And these big tables here in the middle, and all these cans around the room, these round things, these are all they would have dispensed cold drinks, right? Mm-hmm. And snacks. You see cigarettes in some of them. They're all like weird company vending machines that take company script, but there's no soda cans, no nothing. You just see these bottles of water, half drank, strewn around the room. Towards the back of the room are pallets of rations and pallets of bottles of water. The plastic has been torn, and they're about a quarter worked into, particularly the food.
Brewer reaches down to and almost picks up a pack of smokes. I mean, thinks about it. Nah. and he'll continue to.
We brought our own smokes.
Yeah. He's going to check under the tables. That's where he's going to look.
Okay. There's a person under there, and upon closer inspection, their head has been bashed in. And it looks like it was bashed in by the leg of one of these chairs. And then the person was kicked under the table.
Like haphazardly hidden there?
Yes.
Okay. Wonder if he sat in the wrong chair.
And you hear coughing. You hear coughing from the back of the room.
I'll go investigate that coughing then.
Okay. So you move and you get there, and we're going to say this completes your turn there, and you glance in, and it's a small barracks. It's maybe a little bigger than it looks here on this map here, as far as, and there's somebody in there, and they're leaning up against this cot. There's sort of these double cots, these kind of bunks all around the room. And he's just leaning there, and he's looking at you, and he's looking at you. And
Come into the
quiet.
light.
What's the frequency?
I
What's the
do not
frequency?
know the frequency you wish for.
All right, fine. And they stand up and then they go 2 steps and then their left knee buckles and they slip and wipe out. And he just doesn't have the body strength. This is a badly emaciated, malnourished individual who seems to be clinging to life on some level.
You just stay right there.
What's the frequency? My hair hurts.
Your hair hurts.
My hair hurts.
Are you hearing something?
I need some water. It's so hot. It's so hot. It's hot. Aren't you hot?
I'll hand him a canteen. You can keep it.
So you give him water?
Yeah.
Okay. He takes it and fumbles with it, and it's going to take him a minute. But when he finally does get in there, he sucks the whole thing down and just laying on his back. And it's pitiful. Did I mention it's incredibly pitiful? Meanwhile, Kennedy kind of moves up and I think handcuffs this lady. I mean, she kind of stands her up, braces her against this table, gets the arm, and is not overdoing it, but secures this individual and spins her around and sits her down. And then glances over her shoulder and makes eye contact with you, McKeelson, as you come around this corner.
Yep.
Just nods her head.
Give a affirmative nod back. Yeah.
Heston
It's my radioactive girlfriend.
leans forward, picks this guy up by the what's left of his shirt, and it tears in his hands as he lifts him up and just sits him in one of these chairs. And the guy leans back and looks at the corpse on the floor and looks back and goes, "He was sitting in my chair. Told him not to sit in my chair. I'm hungry."
I mean, I just see Heston kind of just understanding that. Yep.
I can feel you, bro.
Meanwhile,
He's gonna start talking about the predator ship. He's like, I've been to a place they don't even have chairs.
Meanwhile, McKeelson.
Kennedy's got one in cuffs that's still somewhat conscious. I'm gonna do a medical examination to see if I can whip up a reality cocktail. Doesn't have to cure him, it just has to get them to be somewhat coherent and maybe answer some questions. These poor people are not gonna live from this, I assume, but you know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to give a medical examination with, oh no! I accidentally exited the roll 20, but I'm gonna try to give a medical examination with my first aid kit. With one of my
Just for clarification, too, are we still in turn order, initiative type deal, or are we?
Yeah, yes, for now.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, that's fine. Just ask.
Yes.
Alright, I'm back. Back at the game. Alright. Let me open up character sheet, and I will roll you a, guessing medical aid check to try to determine what kind of a terrible drug cocktail these poor people are gonna imbibe. 2 successes. Stress.
Okay. Cool. Let me look at something really quick here. And I think we're gonna roll 56. Okay. You put something together. Right?
Okay.
Think it's gonna work.
because McKeelson doesn't just have marine prescribed drugs. McKeelson also has a drug stash of illicit paraphernalia. So, you know, if a cocktail needs to be worked up, a cocktail can be worked up. Whatever needs to be done.
And I would like to think that, like a bartender whips up a cocktail, all of a sudden McKeelson produces, you know, she pulls the syringe and spits out the plastic, and it's all spun out of nowhere is this.
And it's probably a few
inoculation.
different things being opened and, like, just, like, eyeballed into the syringe. Like, that's close enough. Like, it's, yeah.
You're tapping. You got to tap it. You got to do the tap.
Yep.
And which person are you dealing with here? The one that Kennedy just apprehended, or the one that's on the ground?
Well, the
muttering?
naked one probably seems less sane. So
Yes.
we'll go with the woman who has some clothing on.
Okay.
Just to
stick
try
her.
to get for the higher curve, you know, like on the insanity curve, we want to go a little higher.
She looks at you. She looks at her needle and she frowns, and looks at you and frowns. And then it looks like she is about to black out. She, like, eyes closed, and
And
she
the
leans
speed
forward,
kicks in.
and she's still breathing. And we're just going to hold right there because it takes longer than a round for this.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, for
a
sure.
second. It looks like she might nod off on you where we're holding it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Then you get a call, and it's Captain, this is Ashley.
Come
Can
in.
you copy over?
What'd
We
you
got
find?
this door open here in the lily bay. It's just a couple of loaders. No power.
Just load, there's no power, nothing else.
Yeah. Strong wants to take a look at the elevator. Do you need us, or can we move over and take a look up north, up here?
I suppose you can take another look at the elevator, but keep comm open, that way I can hear if anything happens.
Copy that. Let's go.
Somebody say loaders.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it on the map, but there's 2 loaders in that sort of anteroom off to the side, plus a big wall of gear and, you know, safety equipment and helmets and all that. These guys move up. Meanwhile, on the launch pad, Violet and R and Granger step out.
I think Violet kind of glances back and is slightly surprised to see Granger there, but gives him a nod. And then steps over to R and this is probably a stupid question, but are you okay?
You're muted. Nope. I just can't hear you.
She's the strong silent type.
Okay. Oh, can you hear me
there
now?
you go. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Just gotta pull it close on my face. She kind of just like moves her neck, just kind of stretches for a minute. Yeah, I'm okay for the most part. I just putting pieces together, and I don't like the picture that I'm seeing.
Yeah, me neither. He's a fucking moron if he thinks I'm gonna do anything that's gonna lead him to one of us. Like,
Yeah, I'm just I don't understand his reasoning and his logic, and the fact that he is so frazzled now that he's gotten to the place that he says and claims he's been trying to get to for so long. It's not building confidence in me that we're gonna make it out of this unscathed.
well, you know, I wasn't optimistic to begin with because the way my luck's been these past couple, you know, months, I guess it's been at this point, yeah. But I can promise you, I will do everything in my power to keep him from doing anything you don't want.
There's a softening of her face and like her attitude, and she just kind of like takes a deep breath for a second and I appreciate that.
Yeah. You might not exactly be Rebecca, but you're still my sister. You're still one of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And you're one of us too, Granger. You were, just so we're clear, you were included in one of those people I care about. You know, occasionally.
I was hoping, but I can understand either way. At least I'm not him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I told you what my thoughts were while he was in cryo, what you should have done, but
Yeah.
hindsight,
You tend to lean to murder quite a bit.
well, it's usually the easiest way to deal with the situation. It's kind of how I've been trained for like the last
Right.
40 years.
And that makes sense, but easy isn't always right.
Oh, we're not talking about right and wrong. None of this is right. We shouldn't be
Well, I
here
agree.
right now. So if right's out the window, he just sighs. It's just like it's all about survival. And right now, I don't like our chances.
Yeah.
And you see him toss out like this little disc, and it whirls, and his little recon drone flies into the other room. Since we don't have the cameras from inside, I'm going to keep an eye on things. I mean, I know you have your own way, but I kind of like to know what's going on too. So
That's fair.
I mean, I know you'll do it anyway. Feel free to patch into the drone too.
Oh, I already am.
But I wanted to give you permission because boundaries.
That's
right?
fair. I appreciate it.
You want me to treat you like a human? We're gonna have to work on boundaries, okay?
I understand that, and I can respect that, and I will do my best to adhere to boundaries if the situation demands.
See, and look,
You just see R just like nodding softly in the background.
baby steps.
Yeah,
All
because
right,
I can guarantee you that I will absolutely cross boundaries if it means keeping us safe.
Oh hell yeah! I'll kill these people if they get in our way, and you guys are in danger.
And
So,
with the murder.
like I said, like you will invade my privacy to protect us. I will assassinate this entire building if it means we survive.
I can respect that.
I mean,
So
Yeah.
next steps are, do you want to go in there? Do you want to wait till the Marines clear? What do you want to do?
right now the Marines have more than enough on their plate. They didn't take my advice and clear the room, so they're currently handling a lot of unknown hostiles
Okay.
at in a CQB range. So we should probably stay back here and not give them any other targets to have to worry about.
Okay. Then I'm going to do a little bit of reconnaissance myself. And I send the xenomorph down to that crash ship.
Okay.
Granger just raises one eyebrow, looks at that creepy thing, just shakes his head.
It scales down. I even have a little. You got to put him on the map here. He's around here somewhere. Let's see. So, here he is. It's which one was it? Was it 5 or 4? I can't remember which one.
Well, 5, I believe, was the stealth one.
Mm-hmm.
The one nobody's seen. Nobody outside of the main crew has seen and are. I believe I brought 4.
Okay, I'm gonna put 4 down there. We changed our
know
mind
for sure.
later.
Yeah, I think because you left 5 back on the ship.
Yeah, 5 stayed on the ship. I think I left 6 on the ship as well. I think I only brought 1 with me.
Yeah, you only
Because-
brought 1.
Yeah, because when it came on the ship, everyone was freaked out, and I didn't want to bring another one and freak them out even more. So yeah, so I just have 4 with me.
This organism needs to make an observation roll,
Okay.
which I will do. Okay. It crawls toward the wreckage, carefully making its way with its rather large feet and hands. And right away, without you needing to have some amazing observation roll, you see that this was a detonation, that this was not a crash landing. This was not there's not a huge impact crater. An explosion damaged the landing pad and put a big ass hole in the side of the ship and like blew a wing off, and it's further out in the water, and the hull of it is just half submerged, sticking out, and the inside is flooded.
Okay. Can I, as the xenomorph gets closer to the wreckage, I want it essentially to get on and in the wreckage. Am I able, I can sense and I can see through the xenomorph. Can I do a chemical analysis through of the air? I want to see if I can pinpoint if the neurotoxin came from this ship or if it's something from a different source.
You can try.
I would like to try.
Okay.
What kind of roll?
That's a oh yeah, sorry. That's I think that's a Comtech because you're using your sensors in the visor and the ship and your own hypersensitive synthetic.
That is 1 success and 1 stress. So I take a stress. Right? And I don't roll on stress because I only have 2 right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And you know that it is not in the air.
Okay.
In fact, the air is quite clean and fresh.
Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to have the xenomorph go into the ship and look around and see what it can find, and then it'll come back.
Okay. Sounds good. Granger, did you say you were sending your drone to do something? What were you doing really quick before?
I was just sending the drone in to the other room where the hostiles were first spotted and wanted to just see what had happened because we've been out of contact, at least for that point in time since we moved from the command ship into the, the combat zone.
Excellent. Let's get an observation roll from that drone, which I believe you get a plus on because it is a drone.
The drone just comes in right as McKelson's tapping the needle, and it's just.
Yeah. What is? I don't have that on my sheet. What the bonus is for that?
You get at least a +1.
Okay.
The binoculars do a +2 to observation.
Yeah, I think you get a 2. You got to get a +2 with your sexy drone in the air mapping everything.
Okay. It didn't give me an option.
When you click observation, a box pop up.
3 successes.
Excellent. You get a detailed map of the area. There are a variety of footprints on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
There are, and you can see them because there's this layer of, that when a door has been left open and it's been raining for months, and so everything is kind of wet, and there's that, you can just see footprints in the slime on the floor, and there are bare feet, there are boots like these people are wearing, and then there are like work boots, like big engineer boots, like space trucker, lower decks crew boots, the kind of things that the guys in the belly of the ship would wear. And you also see one large footprint, and it's way in the back. It was actually it's found right here in this observation room, and I'm gonna say that one of those windows is busted out, and amongst the glass and the wet on the floor, there's a footprint. And it's big.
Like predator footprint, like alien footprint, like what kind of
heel and 5 toes that we're used to, or
I think
because we've seen some shit.
It
Is this a familiar footprint?
It looks to be it's not a xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big enough to be a predator footprint, but predators' feet come in a lot of different styles. I don't know if y'all ever noticed. So I don't think you immediately go predator
Yautja.
footprint.
Yeah.
But it's a big ass four-toed. There's some sort of claw on the heel, and it's large enough to be a Yautja print.
Okay, a Yautja print.
Yes.
Okay, possible.
Predator.
All right. I will pause the recon drone at that point. I'll just kind of like Violet, take a look at my channel.
She'll like tab over in her visor and where was this print found?
In the observation room over here.
Oh, inside the building.
Yeah, there's a lot of glass, and then there's that one print. I haven't found any others, but
Well,
maybe allies.
Possibly. I can tell you that ship was detonated. It exploded. It wasn't like a crash or anything. So, and we do know that the Yautja like to shoot down ships.
I know that.
They've done it to us. Yep.
I know. I have intimate knowledge of that particular
Yep.
ability. That
Yep.
they,
does too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would I already know all this stuff about that? Like those, like them wanting to shoot down, like would I know who these people or this group is?
Yeah, Violet would have absolutely told you during our
Okay,
10
so that
months.
would have been in the decompressing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
For the weeks and weeks. Okay, just want
Yeah.
to make sure. Okay.
So
Maybe replay some film
then
clips.
what-
Like, hey, look at this crazy shit.
What do you think could have been on the ship? Why do they just shoot them down willy-nilly, or do they have purpose?
Well, the planet that we were on was called the Zoo, and it was my understanding that they shot down our ship to keep us from leaving so they could hunt us, because that's what they were doing on the Zoo. It's very possible that there could be a Yautja here, that these people landed here and got into, a bit of a scuffle with.
Is the
a-
plane in a direction that looked like it was landing or taking off? Like which way is it oriented? Is it facing the building or is it facing away from the building?
It's facing away from the building, and you notice
Okay.
because like the ramp comes out the back on
Okay.
that style of ship too, so they turn it, bring it down, and then if you put a firecracker under it, it would go boom and then
Yeah,
fall into the water.
Okay.
Could have also just been human sabotage, because like I said, the people inside are showing symptoms of a human-made neurotoxin that I know the military, it's illegal, but it's been used in the past for like crowd control and subduing colonies and stuff like that. These people look like they've been exposed for a long time, though. Honestly, it's probably in the water and the food. That's my guess. Because I'm not seeing it in the air.
Okay.
But why are they naked?
But, well, they were screaming that they were hot. So,
Is that a side effect?
yeah.
Uh,
Real bad
Oh, so
fevers and stuff.
From being exposed for too long, it probably just gets worse and worse. The heat,
yeah,
that-
probably.
uncomfortable feeling, I could imagine. Maybe.
Travis, quick question: the footprint, does it look like through the broken glass that possibly that footprint was like breaking through the glass, landing, and then moving forward, or
It's facing the glass, like
it's facing the glass, like it was in a like plant a foot and jump out
potentially, but there's glass
inside,
inside.
hmm and it's going outside? Okay.
We also know that at the zoo, Dr. Jeffries and Iris were doing some pretty extreme experiments with the double X121, so it could be some form of alien.
Mm.
It could be a lot of things. I don't know.
I'll leave it up to you to let the rest of the crew know, or we'll just continue on as we are. I feel like we're wasting a lot of time sitting out here playing with these people.
And as soon as you say that, you hear King's voice going, "Sir, sir," and right past you strides Shillingford. He's in a nylon zip-up company hoodie. He is just getting done tucking what looks to be a sidearm into his waistband, and he's put his shoes back on, and he is walking straight across. I don't have a token for him.
Why don't we have it? We just need to find a little poop emoji, and then
How dare you? Dare you? This man still has some dignity and respect, kind of.
He does
in
not.
that he is
No.
brokenhearted.
No.
Come on now.
No.
Not even
People,
close.
He
my
wiped his
God.
ass with his own
I'm
sock because he had
Banging on the
shit
door
out
of your heart
USB.
with this guy.
He's got
Nothing to
nothing. All right, he's got
No.
nothing.
Here,
You
I
have
got it.
some
I got it.
sympathy for a broken, overpaid white man? No, me neither. Anyway, so he goes right by. Sorry, I just love to beat the shit out of this guy. So you're going across. He walks right by you.
There
and
he
you
is.
can hear his legs go. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, come on, Lindy. That's not helping. Come
I
on
will
now.
show everyone at home
We gotta
the
do
beautiful
better than
token that I made for Terry.
that. Poor guy. That yellow scratch is this very well paid company man who left his
There we
putter
go.
behind
It's
on
more
the
shit
ship.
colored now.
But he's wearing a pink. Well, make it pink. At least make it match his polo shirt. Like make it
No,
pink.
no,
No, All
no.
right,
He's
fine.
not a pretty
This
pink
fucking
poop
guy.
emoji.
We
He's
love
just
to
a
hate this guy.
regular.
He walks right by you. I can't control him. Why can't I control him?
You
I
should be
can't
able to
even move
control
this
him.
It won't let me. Okay,
Ah.
so
You're probably on the
so
wrong
then
layer.
he turns to the right and walks all the way up to the elevator, and he goes around the corner, and you guys kind of lose sight of him because you're kind of standing in this under the main thing there, and King follows him, and King is going, sir, we're supposed to we're maybe you could just get back to the, and like you see kind of like look at the three of you as he goes by, and like he thinks, you see him think for a second whether he should ask one of the three of you to intervene, and then he decides against it and just keeps following Shillingford. Sir, we're supposed to follow all the company. If you could just come back to the ship until we secured the area, sir. And he, not even listening, turns right, and they go up to the elevator, and you hear voices. Meanwhile, let's go back to Blaze, who is standing. If we could go to the map down here.
Oh yeah, no, we're there already.
So in the Blaze, what do you? She's giving this guy a shot. One guy's on the ground.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Mikkelsen, you want me to secure this guy a little better for you?
Yeah, secure, and then everyone fan out. Make sure the rest of the area is secure. Any deceased bodies incinerate.
Okay, zip tie cups
That's what-
for everybody.
Yeah, that's what we did to the guy in the chair. Any dead bodies? We're not having chest bursters. Not today. So they
Yeah.
get.
Where
Yep,
are we putting
sounds
these
good.
people?
Well, it depends on the.
I say we bring him back to the main room, the entryway.
Right. Yep. Probably don't have
Maybe-
long left due to the length of time they've been exposed to this toxin, but I'm trying to get some intel before they expire.
Yeah. I mean, that's my vote. At least just us talking as players is like my vote's to
At
bring him
least
back
if-
to
as
the
long
main
as they're in,
control
like,
room
the
and get him out of
same
the
area.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep them all together.
Do a sweep. Incinerate
Okay.
any dead.
Yeah, Blaze then will he's gonna look to let's see, I guess all he's got is now Kennedy for
Give
his
it Fisher.
squad.
Fisher's your squad.
Oh, Fisher's over there. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, he'll look to Fisher and say, Kennedy, help secure these two imbeciles here for carrying over to the control room. Fisher with me. We're going south south on the map. Sorry, we're gonna sweep down here to this section. So him and Blaze and Fisher are gonna move down this direction. I see somebody right there.
There's another one. Male, older, long beard, pot belly for some reason, but his muscle tissue is shot, and he's drinking out of, he's drinking one of these bottles of water, and he just looks up and looks at you and says something you can't quite hear under his breath, and then he puts the water down and goes, "Are you my mother?"
No, we're not your mother.
They said they were waiting for mother.
Yeah, we're probably all going to be waiting for mother at some point here. Look, why don't you come with us? Got some friends of yours back here behind us you should hang out with. And at this time, too, Blaze is slowly starting to go right a little bit. He's wanting Fisher to go left to get
I'm
ready to
going
get
outside.
this guy.
I'm not going outside.
Oh, no. We ain't, we're not going outside. We're just going back to the lobby there. Yeah, the lobby. Off the ship loading dock. We won't go outside. I promise.
He
It's raining out
stands up
there.
and he puts his water, as you're saying that, and he kind of gets his weight under his feet and he goes, "I'm not going outside. There's something out there."
No, don't worry. You ain't going outside. And Blaze is going to
My head
attempt
hurts.
to help this person as long as he's not aggressive. But he's also gotten his. I'm imagining he's taken his chest mounted rig for his pulse gun, and he's just in the stow position. It's just sitting there with the spring assist control arm. And he's taking a free hand to help this guy, but in his other free hand, he's reaching into his gear and grabbing zip tie cuffs just in case. And he's going to start leading this guy with the help of Fisher up to the rest of the group who can kill him.
Love it. So we're going to do just kind of a little bit of a loose time jump, right? The Marines gather everybody up. Couple of things. McKeelson, it occurs to you that you could swab for toxins, poisons.
Yeah.
You have like the kit where you could swab. Swab for it. But that'll take like a round and like a turn. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure. I mean, I got the med kit. I'm doing all the med stuff to try to get someone coherent enough to answer questions.
So you move them into this loading bay area, or do you move them over into this sort of receiving room, observation room with all these chairs? Where are you going to put all these people? What are you doing with them? Say it one more time.
Well, I like the observation room idea, although I don't
Yeah.
like the windows there.
I don't like the windows either.
We could put them in with the loading gear in that small room.
I was thinking somewhere contained and protected for the minute. So yeah,
That's
that'd be
yeah.
fine
Put
with
them
me.
with the loaders. No, not with the loaders. They can't operate.
Okay,
them.
maybe not with the loaders.
Well,
Let's throw them off the cliff.
Hearing from you guys, where would you guys want to put them? It's like if they put them to the loaders, as long as they don't know how to operate them and damage them.
Well, they
in
didn't
case
have
we need
power.
'em.
We have to restore
Okay.
power before we get the elevator
Look-
working. That was one of the things we were looking for, is how to restore power.
Or
there are beds back here in the barracks.
Yeah, we could put him in Eric's room.
And that's where Lowe clears his throat. Go, if I may, actually, Captain.
Please.
We'll just sit them all down. I'll send October somebody for some fresh water. We could just sit them all down here and keep an eye on them if y'all want to keep moving. This one says he doesn't want to go outside. You guys heard him say this? They're saying they won't go outside. Saying there's something
being
outside.
like, what's outside? Wait, who said that?
I don't know that one. Heston.
All right.
Heston, right? I think I heard that one say he saw something outside or something. I don't know. Anyway,
We'll gather them all up here around this little area here. There's some chairs.
Okay.
Everything's been cleared, including these barracks. I assume there's no one in there.
Yep, there's nobody in there.
Cool.
I'll reveal all that. And so Lowe kind of steps up a little bit, and unless you object, he's kind of looking at you to see if you
McKelson's
have
like, yep, take over.
He's like, all right.
See, he's supposed to be
look,
like my second or whatever, anyways. So.
Thanks with me. I'll keep October, Bazzelli. Stay down here for now. Keep an eye on him.
Yep. And just doing a check just to see if what the swab results are, and if my beautiful impromptu cocktail is having any effects.
Okay, so that lady who
Yep.
you gave a shot, who's right here,
Yep.
she makes her way over, and let's say you help her over to this chair
Alright,
right
we're
here.
gonna put you down right there. Perfect.
Hennick's kind of watching your back.
And then everyone's there too,
Those
so if
ones
those
right here.
crazy people chime in with maybe information, that'd be great. Who knows? Just talk to them all.
All you really catch, other than some mutterings of something being outside,
What's
and
outside?
the one guy who clearly murdered the other guy, saying that guy took his chair.
Yep, make sure
He's
he
saying
gets
that
that
over
chair.
and over again. The woman you shot, she hasn't said anything yet. She hasn't said anything. She's coming around. She's kind of looking around, and she's looking at
Hey,
you and
how
looking
you
at
feeling?
everybody. I'm hot. It's hot in here.
It is a bit warm. See what
It
we
is
can
not
do.
warm. It is 69 degrees. In fact, it's probably a little cooler
Oh
than
yeah,
that.
but McKilson can
Yeah.
lie. It's fine.
It's so hot. I'm burning up.
Yeah, it's really warm in here. I just get should drink some water. You want to tell me what's going on, so we can help you out more?
No, we're down here. They wanted us to be down here.
Who
They
wanted
said
you
we
to be
couldn't
down
come
here?
upstairs. You know,
I'm new here. Could you just explain it to me?
I don't know. The ones in the workers. The ones in
Workers.
the black robes. The black,
Can you speak up for the audience?
Yeah,
The black, I don't know.
black robes,
they're
alright.
black boots. They have black boots. They're mean. And they won't let us upstairs.
And it's
They feed
Rebecca,
us-
right? The name of the person that shitting first. Rebecca with him?
No.
You know Rebecca? No? Alright. Just looking for. Seen any strange creatures while you've been here?
Is your name Rebecca?
No, it's. And there's a long pause. Deborah.
What the hell are Deborah?
Deborah. Yep.
That's a nice name. My mom's name was Deborah.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Deborah Ann. Oh my god. They'll kill you if you go up there.
Will they? How will they kill us? With guns? With bare hands?
No, they don't have any guns.
No, they guns. So that's good to know. How do we get up there? There isn't any power.
1 second. And she throws up all
Yeah.
over the floor.
Not unexpected
did.
from that whatever
Pukes her guts out
half illicit cocktail of whatever it was that McKelson gave.
all
her.
over the floor.
Yeah.
And we're just
I'll
going to put a pin in
Hold the
this.
hair.
Yeah, that's Lily. She needs a minute.
Yeah, it's fine.
Meanwhile, there's a commotion up by the elevator. Granger, Violet, what are you doing?
Violet and Nara see the little recon drone just like buzzing away from the observation room straight towards the noise. And it just
My-
kind of hovers by the roof looking at what's going on.
My xenomorph comes back, and I think Violet's just gonna start kind of slowly making her way over there
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Over where?
towards the commotion.
Okay.
Noise.
So what you see is King off right here in the doorway. They have opened the lattice work of the elevator. The elevator car is up. There is emergency track lighting on the outside of the beams, not bouncing much light back into the gutter where the elevator car would come down. There is unhewn rock all the way around you, and you can tell right away that the box that controls the elevator right to the side of King, he's got his flashlight pointed at it, has been thoroughly sabotaged. Wires are sticking out of it. The box is hanging off of it. Its wires are coming out of the rock in the wall. Meanwhile, Ashley and Strong are holding their headlamps up while, with a Phillips screwdriver, Shillingford is halfway up a ladder undoing a grate in the ceiling. And he's got a flashlight in his mouth, and you hear screws dropping as he's got one of those speed screws, those Sharper Image catalog speed screwdrivers. So he's going, and he's got to get like 8 of them out, and he's halfway through it. And they're kind of like, what are you gonna? Okay, but maybe you should wait until. And then Ashley's kind of like, what? Well, just go up there. What? He's gonna have to. And you hear Shillingford, someone, just under his breath, be like, shut up. I helped build the goddamn thing. Just hold on. Just hold on a second. Just hold this.
But he
when I
didn't
get
know
it
the
done.
layout. He helped build the goddamn thing. Really interesting.
And then he starts undoing this thing, and he slides it, and there's like a breakaway thing, and he slides it open, and then he points his flashlight up, and you can see some kind of like water dripping. And he's like, okay, here we go. And he lifts himself up and disappears up the ceiling. And they're watching him. Oh shit. And Ashley, and you guys are all seeing this, by the way. Feel free to jump in. You guys have all kind of just witnessed this. Go ahead. Unless you stop him, he goes right up.
No. Is this big enough to fit a xenomorph?
It would. They have a habit of straightening themselves out and getting through if they can get into an air shaft, they can get into this thing.
My xenomorph crawls in after him, just deadly silent, kind of brushes past Ashley and I can't remember the other one's name, and just crawls up into the duct after him.
Okay. Sweet.
From over on the side without taking his eyes off his pad where he's watching what his camera's doing. He's like, I vote we just screw that grate back in place. No? Okay. Too much?
I mean, if we could get the xenomorph or pet out first, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably okay. I mean,
yeah, they have ways of
it.
I can
maybe that's not a bad idea.
It's badass. It'd be fun, I think. I don't want to send any of our Marines up there. I mean, not without it,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the crew.
Now, Travis, I have a question.
Yes.
When we first came in here, were we told that the facility, like the main part of it, was it below ground or above? Is it like up into the mountain or down below?
So it was like a Hershey's Kiss upside down.
Okay.
Tucked into the
The
elbow of a mountain.
Yes.
And you're on like the subflooring, which would be barracks, loading, kitchen,
So everything's on top.
recreation, and then presumably it's a lab in this superstructure above it.
Okay, so all the goodies are above us. Okay.
Yes.
I would be okay with letting him go by himself, but he also has all those codes, so
Yeah, there's no way that's
Yeah.
gonna be smart to let him go by himself. We got to keep him under lock and key, or at least high supervision.
yeah.
There's no way that he's up to any good by himself.
So my xenomorph absolutely follows him as stealthily as possible, which they could be pretty stealthy.
I'm just wondering if he's
Cool.
displayed enough like mental instability yet for me to be like, oh man, as a medic, you're gonna have to be relieved of duty, or we're just gonna have to
Yeah.
cuff you and put you under supervision. Oh no.
Hey, Violet, maybe you should let McKelson know.
That's
Yeah, to
not
keep
a
an eye
bad
out.
idea.
They need
I'm
to,
just-
I mean, if we're going to protect them for what,
Direct line to McKelson.
Yeah.
Hey, are you busy?
No, just holding someone's hair right now.
Oh.
And you'd probably hear like faint puking in the background.
Ugh, gross. I was just like, okay. So we kind of had a bit of an argument with Shittingbird in
No shit.
yeah. He literally shit out a USB drive that has
I'm
like
sorry,
top
he
secret.
what?
Yeah, it was my xenomorph could see it, so I could see it, and it was gross, and R was out there with them. So anyway, he's got like top secret
What's
company
the
black
name?
codes,
Oh,
and he's kind of unhinged a little bit, and he
unhinged enough that I could relieve him of duty for mental sanity reasons?
well, he crawled into an air duct by himself. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, he probably shouldn't go up there. I've kind of soaped up one of these, poisoned people. And, they said we shouldn't go up the elevator because the people in the black robes will murder us, though they don't have guns. It kind of sounds like there might be a cult up there. That's what
right.
I'm hearing. So maybe if he could forcibly be... who's with you? Strong and Ashley, right? Up in the elevator?
Yeah, I sent my xenomorph in after him just because I don't want those codes to go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, if you can't grab the codes, I guess just grab it and drag him down.
Bring him back? Okay.
Yeah, that'd
and
be great.
with the comms still open.
Yeah, there's probably a cult up there, is what I'm gathering. Yeah.
With the comms still open to McKeelson, Violet is gonna say, the captain said that they're getting reports of, people that'll kill them upstairs, so I'm gonna bring him back. And then I command my xenomorph to grab him by his ankles and drag him back and out of this air duct and set him on the ground.
At that point, Granger hears that and he runs towards the elevator because he wants to watch this in person. The recon drone's not worth it.
I'm just hanging out with my arms crossed, just waiting for him to plop back down like the sad sack of shit he is.
And you don't hear it. I don't think he would. I think initially there's like a what the fuck, and then he gets oddly quiet as he realizes what is happening and submits to it.
Okay.
And you see
the
this
wiser decision, I think.
organism come down and deliver him.
It's
Is he holding him by the ankles, like upside down?
No. Once he gets him out, he's absolutely holding him like a doll, just two hands on the side, on the arms kind of thing. And then my xenomorph number 4 just gently sets him on the ground and doesn't let go, doesn't let him try to go back up in there. And Violet just, we're getting reports that there are real bad things up there, so you should probably wait for all of us.
Okay, fine.
And I think hearing, because Violet kept the comm open, so McKeelson could hear that and be like, I'm sorry, is our company man violating protocol? Does he seem in his right mind? Does he need to be relieved of duty?
Excuse me, I'm fine. I'm just trying to get this show on the road. Done with crowd control. Let's go upstairs now.
Open channel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Granger will pop on. Yeah, he's already violated operational protocols initially when he decided to take a crap outside for his USB drive.
I was sick. A sick individual.
No, you planned for that. You knew it was coming.
He shit out a USB
Are you
drive, I say
real?
loud enough for all the Marines in the room to hear.
Oh.
And he's totally, obviously pissed at Granger. It's really locked in at this point that
But he can't
he's
move.
locked in that he can't. He's really pissed that he's apparently can't
He's
depend on
pissed
this
off at his
individual
little pink polo.
and is not hiding it very well. Look, we just need to go upstairs. Okay. We need to assess the power
we will.
situation.
But
Then we need to
safely.
get to
You made the point of bringing an entire platoon of Marines that are trained for this sort of thing, and then you want to bypass them and go on your own into an area that has unknown
All right,
contacts.
all right. Fine.
No, really, what was the
No,
point
you're
of
right.
bringing us here? You're going to do it on your
You're
own.
gonna do it by yourself, yeah, for real.
Point taken. Let's just earn a day later.
Terry,
I'm crying.
you might want to change your shirt. There's just on the back. It's just sorry.
I would like to proceed with the show here. So if we're going. Let's go if we're going, please.
Mhm. The xenomorph has not let him go.
Will you please have this organism unhand me?
I let a very, very long pause go. And then just one finger at a time, it just kind of very slowly plinks off. Doesn't move. Is still very uncomfortably close to him. Doesn't move, but lets him go.
I understand that how I approach some of this may come off as foolish, but I need all of you to understand that I am on a mission of mercy. And I would like to be taken seriously as a representative of the company that you all are contracted to protect. Need I
literally
remind
just
any of you
saved
of
your
your
life.
obligation? I'm
There are
just
bad
doing
things
my
upstairs.
job by reminding you of your obligation.
By
Do you even
breaking
know what
protocol.
Do you even know what the definition of mercy is?
It's doing the right thing to someone you care about.
No. And you see for like a minute, her posture straightens up. Noun. Compassion and forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm.
You're as razor sharp as she is. Be careful.
She winks at him.
And he he is so threatened by this woman. He is so threatened by her, and obviously was for such a long time. And when someone's pride is hurt, but they're also, it's like get under a bus, you get run over 3 or 4 times. So you just see this whole thing play over this guy's face, and he looks very small in this moment, having been so soundly defeated.
She just moves back and leans back on the wall. Just kind of taking stock.
Meanwhile, McKeelson,
Yes.
and the other Marines.
Yeah. I'm holding this person's hair, this lady's hair, while she's puking, providing me with actually at least some hopeful heads up of what's to come. Maybe she can tell me how to get the power back on. Excuse me. But having heard that over open channels, all the lovely Marines in this room that are assembling all these people, it's so convenient they're all grouped up. I would love to make a manipulation roll, or to try to turn off comms and then be like, company man breaking protocol, this trying to go up ahead. We haven't even cleared the space yet. I mean, I feel like McKeelson actually knows the rules of being a Marine, just chooses not to abide by them a lot of the time. And so we'll just list off like several like things that he's broken protocol in. Like, this company man is obviously fairly unhinged and is not to be fully trusted. And I just want to really convince these Marines that Harry is not the guy to listen to or trusted. Even though we are contracted to him, I want to do that.
So is this a command or a manipulation? Are you telling them something they must do, or something that you think that they should do?
Something that they think they should do. I'm pointing out all the violations because I can't put the company man back into place, but we can be good Marines and follow protocol, and look out for each other. This guy is trying to endanger us by going up ahead. That kind of thing. McKeelson's trying to pull them on to their side, basically, rather to make sure that the loyalty is with McKeelson and our group, rather than with the shittiest company man that we have met.
Okay. All right, roll manipulation.
So I feel like that's more of a manipulation. That's 2 successes.
All right, give me 1 second. There we are. 2.
2 successes, yes.
So everybody's like, okay, like everybody's checked in. There's a shorthand. Even October, who is kind of like I'm seeing him as kind of he's got a little bit of a comb over. He's a little older. He looks a little old for this. Tall, thin, tough to read, right? But even he's kind of like looking over his shoulder, looking at you, obviously listening very carefully.
Like Mikhail is pointing out how this isn't a typical scenario. I think he pulled a lot of strings, bribed a lot of people to have us on this mission in the first place. Priority number one is making sure we all stay safe. Right?
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, let's be team players with each other. Let's not listen to this lunatic who is breaking so many rules and laws. But yeah, just so in the future, if there were to just trying to mutiny, prevention and control, that kind of thing. Or if Shittingford's like, no, do this, that they just don't listen to him. It's my goal. And I'm hopefully this lady's done puking by the time we're all like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Okay. She finishes puking and she sips. Someone hands her some clean water. Like you handed her some clean water. She sips clean water.
Can you tell us how to get the power back on? Wouldn't it be nicer in here with more than just the emergency lights?
You got to go upstairs.
Have to go upstairs. Is there any way to get the elevator working, or we have to climb the elevator shaft?
Yeah, they turned it off.
They turned it off. These people in the robes. How many of them are there, do you think?
I don't know. Enough to, I don't know, 15 or 20.
20?
Enough to play basketball.
Okay, all right.
Maybe more.
Okay, they don't have guns, so did they kill anybody else down here?
Not down here.
Not down there. How did they do these killings that you said? We don't make sure they don't do that anymore.
Philip hits him with a wrench.
Philip hits them with a wrench.
He's the one with the wrench.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a big wrench.
Big wrench. Got it. Alright. Anything else you could tell us you think would be helpful for getting the power back on for you down here, making it a bit more comfortable?
They don't do anything. All I do is pray.
That's a good
Hang
thing
out.
to do.
They don't do anything. But
They just, okay.
sometimes they hurt people, but I think they're running out of people to hurt.
I see. So you think they're gonna have to come down here once they're out of people up there to hurt?
I don't think they'll come down here. They said we're meat.
Wait, what are they praying to?
Their mother.
Their mother. That's okay.
That's all they talk about.
Seen this mother? Mother like on the spaceships? Mother? Or
No, I think they mean their mother.
oh, that's
I think they mean the
that's
big.
pretty creepy.
The big.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, there you are. There. All right. And I will.
I want to lay down.
All right,
I
you
gotta
lay down then. All right.
I don't
Just
wanna be in here.
imagine these people are all handcuffed to the chairs, and then there's a few people down here with them. Kilson will just I think we said October and Bazzelli we're gonna stay down here.
Yeah.
Let's look at October. Yeah. Maybe Bazzelli. Grab Bazzelli and be like, hey, so maybe just ask some more gentle questions, and if anything new comes up, just radio on the comms. I think we're gonna check out the elevator.
Copy
Keep
that.
an eye on them.
I'll let you know.
Alright. You see anything, or if you don't see anything, maybe just like a weird shimmer in the air, but stuff starts moving around or people start getting hurt, just let us know about that too. Pat, and then go.
Copy that. And they kind of look at each other.
Yeah.
And then watch as you leave. All right. Meanwhile,
I'll head up towards the elevator, the rest of the Marines.
McKeelson catches up with the rest. She brings with her Pearson Dawson, Kennedy and Heston, Thompson, moves up with Brewer. I can't move for some reason. There he is. Brewer's around here somewhere. There he is. This guy's down here now. Okay. All right. Yay. What's happening at the elevator? After you straightened out the company man, and he sat there like a whipped pup, having been roundly out-reasoned and emasculated. What do you guys do?
Violet would have gone over to the elevator panel. Is it completely useless?
It would have to be a fresh one. Would have to be wired. You've got wires sticking out of the wall at this point. You'd have to get a data pad from one of the Marines and do the whole patch thing.
Okay. Do any of
Don't
the
have to replace the box. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, that's fine. Do any of the Marines that are here have a data pad?
They do. Let's say Strong does. Strong walks over to you and
Can I borrow that?
do you want me to be my guest? Knock yourself out.
Well, I mean, if you want to, you're more than welcome.
Well, I like this part.
Yeah,
but you
of
can
course.
help. You can help me. This is the new one. Watch this. And then Strong gets right in there. And we like Strong. She's great. She's over here by the door. King is watching. He's nervous. Meanwhile, Ashley is keeping a close eye on Shillingford and just kind of like side-eyeing him, just kind of looking at him and making up his mind about this guy. And he's also looking up into the grating, and he's kind of like, you guys hear that?
Do we hear anything?
No, you don't hear anything.
Does my xenomorph hear anything?
Where is it?
Next to the last place it literally came out of the vent.
Oh, it went up there. It did when it went
Yeah.
up there. We're gonna have to go and yes, you did. You heard it. You heard something.
Okay.
It's weird. I'm not gonna tell you what it is until you go back up there.
Oh no, okay.
You heard something. Do you know what it was?
Violet is helping. I'm sorry, King? Is that who I'm? No.
Strong.
Strong. Strong is who I'm helping. The xenomorph is going to pop back up there, and Violet's going to listen for that sound because she can multitask. She's basically a computer.
Okay.
Can she listen to that sound and try and analyze and pinpoint that sound while she's helping Strong?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's have Strong do a contact roll assisted by, they get a +1.
Mhm.
Oh, it used to be Strong Blossom. I shortened it to Strong. Its full name is Strong Blossom.
I love
Goes
that.
by Strong.
Goes by Strong. That's great. All right, here we go. Contact. Oh, she got to do a little better than that. All right, and we're going to do a +1 and a kaboom. 1. So go. All right. Ready when you are.
Okay. Don't bring the elevator down yet. Let's wait for the other Marines to get here. Regroup with McKeelson and figure out what we're doing next. She kind of like leans into Strong. Don't let Shittingford come anywhere near this, please.
Copy that.
Thank you. As the xenomorph goes up and in.
Xenomorph goes up and in. Through its eyes, you see a long shaft with now rotating lights. The elevator is stirring, but is not coming down. You see some lights turned on, but there's no sound, like the hydraulics have not begun. You haven't triggered that yet, but it's awake, and there's some red running lights running around and around. It has this, some of us have played the Aliens vs. Predator PC game. They have this kind of fisheye bubble view as it's beautifully, gracefully scales this lattice work going up. And it's quiet for a little while. And as it rises, it gets louder and louder. A dozen or more voices bouncing down the hallway. It won't repeat. Bouncing down the hallway, and its vision comes up and over, and is now looking down a long hall with 2 chambers in between it that are like detox clean rooms. They have like wall panels that are blasting bright light in, and there's 2 of them going down this hall, and then it goes to the right.
Okay, and I can't make out what these voices are saying at this point?
Nope.
No, okay. If I put my xenomorph through these lights, is it going to be visible? Like,
yes.
Can I? Okay. And there's no way I can stealthily move it through.
If you could roll for stealth.
I would like to roll for stealth, please.
Okay.
Or have you roll for stealth for me?
So we're just gonna say it's trying to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And when a roll is necessary, I will make one. Okay.
Okay.
So right now, I like to think that in order to be stealthy, it has to get up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And do the ceiling walk, dodging most of the light that is down this way. And they're flickering. They're not broken, but they're at half power, and they're just left on. Okay. But obviously, when this is a decontamination zone with hooks for hazmat suits on the walls, and
now is this so? Just so I understand, my xenomorph went into a vent, right? And then it came out into a hallway. Is that where it is now?
Yes.
Like the floor above.
It went up the elevator shaft.
Came up the elevator shaft and then cleared it, and it has to look left because there's nothing in front of it and nothing to the right. Those are walls. It looks left, and there's a long hall with these 2 detox chambers.
Okay.
And
now it's up on the ceiling. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
So what do you want it to do?
It goes up on the ceiling. I think when it gets to the lights, is it like these lights are coming from a window, or are they coming from doorways? They are
in these kind of rooms that are meant to, there's like an inch of water on the floor. If you've ever seen pictures of like a chicken factory, I've actually, it reminds me of a time I actually went into a chicken factory, and you go down this little grating, and then your boot covers, go into the detox slime down there, and they clean your feet. It's like a complete clean, ready room, and there's 2 of them. You go through this kind of spray thing, and there's things on the walls, and obviously like an ultraviolet light component that goes up and down, and a whole lot of incredibly expensive, not damaged decontamination equipment in these first 2 rooms.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll have it go through as stealthily and without activating the decontamination as possible. I don't know if that is possible, but
okay. Goes through the hall. It comes to a right turn. It turns right and looks down the hall. Another hallway with a room off to the right, and then a T-junction at the end, left and right.
Okay. Is the doors to the room open?
No.
Okay. Has the chanting or the voices come any clearer?
A little bit.
Okay. I'm going to have it continue to move towards the voices.
Okay. It goes down the hall, comes to the T-junction. The voices are louder to the right. It turns right. It has to hook left, and then it reaches 2 doors. The doors have windows, and one of the doors is open. The other is shut. It has just enough clearance to go inside. Do you have it go inside?
Can it hear anything from outside?
In that room is almost certainly where the voices are coming from. It's very loud coming from this room.
Okay.
And the acoustics sound like such that it's a very large room.
Okay. I think first I'm gonna have its head dip down like below the top of the door to see if it can see anything in the room.
Okay. Sticks its head in. This beautiful, smooth dome breaches the doorway. and it's dark except for, I'll turn this on. Well, I mean, the chanting is very loud. This is a huge room with a planetarium-like ceiling. There are computer panels and workstations everywhere, none of which are fully powered. You see some blinking lights, but none of the monitors are on. To the left is a wall with just kind of like a little arrival station, sort of a kiosk type thing. To the right, 2 ramps that go up to a platform in the middle, about 35 feet off the ground, and the chanting is coming from the top of this platform that that the xenomorph cannot see from where it is.
Okay.
Feel like they're standing on a dinner plate 30 feet in the air in a planetarium.
Okay. If it doesn't see any kind of immediate like entity or person, it will go in again as stealthily as possible and attach itself to the underneath of that platform if possible.
Okay, now we're gonna roll.
Okay.
Stand by here. All right, so we're gonna go to 004. All right, and I gotta make a roll. Stand by. So it needs to roll mobility. Versus this. And it's I get it at a minus. Woo! Man, it moves. As it moves toward this raised platform, there's like a trench under it with all these panels. You would have to skirt the side of it. You immediately see 2 people seated, and it looks like one has their arm on the other's back and has some kind of device and is maybe tattooing the back of another one. They're both in the half silhouetted in the half light, and they're just sitting on some boxes, and one looks like he's giving the other a tattoo on his left shoulder blade. The xenomorph curves up under the bottom of this platform, and the platform is shaking with their voices. And it can feel that there's maybe more than a dozen people standing on this platform.
Okay. Okay. Are they speaking a language, or are they just chanting kind of like random things?
It is not anything you recognize.
Okay.
It's not English. It could be a mantra, like an Om type thing. You've never heard anything like it before.
Okay. I think downstairs, Violet, so she said that thing to Strong. And then I think she goes into kind of like not quite a stasis mode, but she unnaturally, it makes it more obvious that she is not quite human. Goes into like a kind of like a stasis while she's essentially is the xenomorph. And I think she comes out of it real quick and turns. And has McKelson arrived at this point?
Yeah, they've all shown up.
McKelson's probably coming up like, so there's about at least a basketball team number of them up there. One of them has a really big wrench. They'll kill anyone who goes up there. I think it's a cult, maybe.
Oh, it's definitely a cult. Definitely a cult.
Oh,
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
No. Apparently they called those people down there meat. And they hurt people sometimes, but they think they're running out of people to hurt. And they worship their mother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strong. She turns to the Marine.
Yeah.
Do you know, is there any way that you can activate the elevator without it alerting the entire place that it's been activated?
Sure. Just bring it down. It doesn't ring any bells or anything unless you tell it to.
Okay. That's good. Because there's bad stuff up there. Okay.
but they're not supposed to have any guns, so that's a bonus, I suppose.
Don't really need guns to. Anyway.
Well, I mean, we have guns and they don't, which makes me feel a little bit better.
Well, and Shillingford
I
clears
don't like
his
how you're
throat.
shaking your head. Yes.
Whatever they are, they're trespassing on company property. And
Unless they used to work for the company and they used to work for Rebecca, maybe they worship Rebecca or something. Though the name Rebecca didn't ring any bells for that person down there.
She could be the mother.
Yeah, she made clones of herself, you said, so maybe she made a bunch of them or something, or created more synthetic life, or did some weird genetic stuff and they revere her as mother.
this had not occurred.
Stranger things have happened.
I mean, how would they even know her? I mean,
Well, wasn't she here?
yeah, she was here, but I mean,
That's
we don't
how
even
they'd
who these
know
people
her.
are.
Hey, Violet.
I mean, they've regular people names. So
Strange question for you, Violet.
Yeah.
I know you're. I'm just overhearing what you guys are talking about. Would it be possible if you were to, with your certain sets of skills, as good as you are with computers, could you partition a part of your personality and leave it behind to automatically run something if you wanted to, or split yourself off in some ways? I mean, you don't have to tell me. Just think about it and then wonder whether or not somebody might have done that up there. And then decide what you need to do.
Yeah.
While this is happening, am I particularly getting any weird memories, flashbacks, anything at all from what we're seeing, hearing, experiencing? Like, is anything jogging my memory?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say this whole chunk of this does not look familiar to you.
Cool.
I think that there was something really creepily familiar about the video you saw, and that you remember, like you have like a memory of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but
I think Violet sends through her visor specifically to Granger. He gets a ping that just says absolutely. Because I mean, Violet's done it. So
And then those standing around him, you just hear Granger go, "Shit."
What is our purpose here, Captain?
You know, I ask myself that pretty much every single day. This case, not facing Shittingford, not even looking in his direction, like turning, but the eyes go, like, in that direction. We've been contracted to perform a task from the United States Colonial Marines. And if we didn't do at least the bare minimum of our job here, we could all be court-martialed. Well, probably more than once. Knowing the shit that we've already been through.
He
What's
wants
our
us-
job here? Watch
He
over a few.
he wants
Hey.
us to make a phone call. That's what he wants us to do, Brewer. He wants R and I to make a phone call.
That's why he bought me.
Yeah.
We're
So I could
essentially
make
a
a phone call.
a glorified stalker assist unit.
Yes.
Where is this phone? We'll secure it.
Let me guess,
I
it's
just point out.
upstairs.
Yeah, I just point out.
Of course.
I kind of look at the captain.
Well, how do y'all feel about creepy cultists? I'm not a fan.
Whatever's up there, it won't get in my way.
Can we shoot this one like these guys?
Oh, they
Is
sound
that-
like they torture and murder people. That sounds like they're villains here. So yeah, I think that's definitely on the table.
All right. Well,
Violet,
just
you
glad
have-
to know the SOP here.
Question for you, Travis. While my xenomorph is chilling there, does it pick up on any traces of the neurotoxin
Ooh.
Anywhere.
Or blood.
No.
You know, maybe.
No. Okay.
No.
Probably
No.
blood. Well, blood.
There is
considering they're
blood.
Tattooing.
There's blood.
Yeah.
But there's
Okay.
no now that you're searching for it, it's all over the food and water in the basement or in the loading area. And you saw it with your swabs. You could even see it with your visor at this point. Now that you're looking for it, the basement area is silly with it. It is really not present up
Upstairs.
in this room.
Okay.
Okay, so do you start the elevator?
I think at this point McKelson's like, well, as much as I just want to really fuck off, Shittingford's not dead yet. You have to at least have a good reason to abandon missions, so let's fucking go, I guess, is McKelson's train of thought. I'm gonna go murder some cultists.
Might I suggest these Marines are trained at rappelling and climbing. Maybe we shouldn't use the elevator and go in more quietly. It's very picture this: a whole bunch of Marines going up an elevator. They lob one grenade, and there's a whole bunch of Marine pieces.
Well, you're not wrong. Can I look over Strong's shoulder? Do I get the feeling that I can trick the system into thinking that the elevator hasn't moved?
There is no system.
Okay.
Flat out.
Okay.
The system is off, and it is on like an emergency power.
Okay. Okay. They're not going to know that the elevator has moved unless we turn on the claxons. Claxons?
Klaxons.
Claxons. Thank you.
There's your word, everybody. You got it right the first time. We got to say klaxons.
I wasn't necessarily worrying. I was hoping for transom, but we kind of missed our opportunity there. It's not so much the system I was worried about. It's like these elevators make noise, and it.
Fair point.
mean-
All right. Maybe just have the elevator ready to move should we need it. Like have the ability here, but we can rappel up. All right. Get up the gear.
They all swing into gear, and they all get moving. And as that kind of whips up, Granger, as you finish your thought, finish that word, you're kind of standing out here. Some of them have moved up. It's like Blaze is kind of right there with everybody. Got some people behind you. But Hank Granger, over your right shoulder, clear as a bell, you hear Philip Jeffries' voice whisper your name like he's standing right beside you.
Could just be invisible. He has the
Okay.
technology.
Over my right shoulder.
Yes.
Is there anyone else standing near me?
Yes. There's people everywhere. There's
Okay.
Keelson is right next to you, and over your right shoulder is Fellows, Gasper, Thompson, Brewer, and Fisher's behind you.
Okay.
Just swing. Just swing.
You just see tense, very tense. You see his emotion's gone, but his body's like a strung bow at this point. And he takes 2 steps to the left and pulls out his keypad and sends a quick message to Violet from the keypad. Jeffrey's here, and puts it back in his pocket.
That or we're all starting to slowly lose our sanity.
Yes, I'm expecting I'm just crazy, but I still send it to Violet because she will do something about it, or just make friends with him. I don't.
Okay. We got a few more minutes. Let's talk about marching order. Going up we're not calling the elevator. We're going
No.
up.
We have it so that we
Right.
can call it if we need to. We got the keypad.
Got it.
Cable hooked in.
Copy that. Okay. So all I really want to know is who goes up and roughly in what order. Okay.
Granger's going to volunteer to go up first, clear the landing, and then pull out the sniper rifle and stand there waiting while everybody else
Keelson
comes up.
is not going to stop you from that. I think after that, because they have been here by the elevator, we'll send in a team 8, which is Strong, Blossom, and Ashley. Probably followed by, good old smart gunner, Blaze, and
I was gonna say, are we
Fisher.
gonna go in sequence like multiple loads up or all at once?
Multiple loads up, I assume.
We're-
I assume
we're-
there's not enough
we're
room in an
climbing.
elevator shaft for us all to climb up at once.
Can I rec-
Becky's got her in.
Violet like raises her hand. Can I recommend that we keep a Marine or two down here to call the elevator? Like if we need a quick escape.
In that case, we'll leave Strong Blossom and Ashley down here because they've been hanging out by the elevator and have the thing plugged in. And then we'll send up. So Delta Team is all downstairs because that's October and Bazzelli and Strong Blossom and Ashley. So we don't need to worry about Delta Team. Hopefully, we'll send up Bravo Team with our smart gunners, Fisher, Blaze, Kennedy, Heston. Then probably Charlie with Pierce, Dawson, Gaspard, Fellows.
So the tip of the spear is Granger,
Yes.
flanked by a fire team, and
Yep.
then more behind them, and then behind that is you and Violet. And what about R?
Or can come with if
I'm-
she wants.
Yeah, I'm staying with Violet. I would go wherever Violet's gonna go.
So I just want to make clear that it's Granger and a fire team, and then a wall of Marines, and then the command team of Violet and R and McKeelson. That's how this works, right?
Mhm.
I just want to state that clearly. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Tempted
kind
to
of
have
talk
one team
through
of Marines
this
in the
next
rear, and we're leaving Strong Blossom and Ashley down by the elevator to watch us go up and make sure nothing comes up from us from behind.
bit. And this is going to be Granger's show here, because these guys are following you. You got a smart gunner on your left, and you got your rifleman on your right. You go down. You climb up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lab from Resident Evil 2. It's a beautiful,
Wonderful.
It's a beautiful lab. It's really nice. It has those really fucking sexy, slim running lights all along the walls for some reason.
Oh, you
And
mean the
like
ones that turn into lasers and start doing the Red Queen?
No, they're
X
just
thing?
like I think they're meant to like turn red when the shit goes down, but right now
Okay.
they're just blue all the way across. And it's got the kind of the Frank Lloyd Wright 90-degree angles. All the walls are curved, and beautifully polished, like that brushed aluminum feeling. Anyway, excuse me. I was trying to set the scene here. folks.
Takes a moment to appreciate the aesthetics of the area.
It's really quite nice, disarmingly so, but barely lit.
50 chambers around in this rifle. It
As
just
you-
waits.
All right, I don't blame you. So you move through. You can hear the boots behind you. You clear the first decontamination room. These lights on the walls seem to just sort of fill the room with light, but there's a panel that's completely intact that clearly bathes you in different kinds of light to destroy certain contaminants.
Is it possible to pause for a second here and possibly do an investigation check? Since
Yes.
that's one of my talents.
Yes.
I can make an observation roll,
Of course it is, young
and
man.
I get some things. That all right?
Of course.
Okay. I will do an observation roll. And bring up here. No modifiers. 5 successes.
Ooh.
I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, it's
This
is $1 million room. These are
Is there-
$2 million rooms,
Is
multi-million
there
dollar rooms.
anything? Okay, one of the main questions is there anything hidden here? And if so, where? That's one of the main questions.
I think there's a pistol you can tell there's a pistol in one of the coats. And there's like lab coats on the walls. There's hazmat suits. It's mostly intact. This area has not been ransacked. They really don't seem to give a shit about this. Whoever is in here has walked right by all of this stuff.
Okay, there's no trip lines. There's no
traps,
sensors.
no sensors, no lasers, no buttons or bows.
Okay,
It's
all right.
just a room to get you clean before you walk into this place.
Okay, last question of the list of questions I'm normally supposed to ask here. Are there any details here that are out of place or something that's out of the ordinary?
I think
Subtext, what should I be worried about?
I don't I think that whoever is in here obviously doesn't give a damn about the contamination of potential contamination of any of this, and it being, I think maybe the impression is that Shillingford saying that it was decommissioned, you get the feeling that no one has picked up any research or done any work on this. It's mothballed like somebody left it. And so, and no, I don't think anything else jumps out at you. There's
Okay.
no secrets here.
All right, so it just looks like, okay. I'll move in and take a position outside of the second decontamination box and wave the Marines in to secure the area going forward.
There is a right turn. You look down the hall. We could actually go to the egg map here, Lindy, if you want.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You see that it kind of goes off to the right to a door and then down to the end of the hall with a T junction. You look at this door and it is open and there's nothing in this room, but it looks to be kind of like a holding room with like a bench.
Like this area here?
This area right here. I'm going to open it over here. This area.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
And what is this area here?
Oh, that's a long hall. Oh, excuse me. That's a long hallway going north. And there was a door there that was closed.
Okay.
Anyway, but you can hear the chanting coming from down here.
All right. Granger takes up position here, and will watch. He will watch for contacts down the hall this way, and wave the rest of the Marines forward to start. We're hopscotching it all the way through. It's a leapfrog, clear, go to the next place, cover, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna sweep the halls.
Sweep the halls. You look left. Nothing down there. There's a closed door here to the south. Oh, it's not letting me do my little arrow thingy. Well, maybe because I need to do this. There we go. But down here to the south there, that's a closed door. Nothing in this door. You could send a Marine or two up north if you want to, up through here. But it's very quiet. And I think that they go up and sweep it. And in the time it takes them to just look at it, you've already gotten to here. And this is a one door shut, one door open, and you hear the chanting is loud.
When you say one door shut, one door open, it's like an airlock?
Like a double door where one of them is open. Okay.
All right. At this point, I'm going to send over the comms to everyone else. Come on up. We have a staging area. I'll indicate this space there would be the staging area for anyone that needs to stay back. And I'll tell the rest of the Marines to hold off until we get the rest of the complement up on the floor.
Yep.
So you in? Okay. Anybody got anything before we?
Yeah, copy that, McGilson. You ready to send the rest up?
Yep. On our way.
All right. I don't see anything. No tripwires. Nothing through. We've cleared spaces down hallways. There, we got that. We got a staging area right after the first junction. So, if R and Violet want to hang out there or whatnot while we clear, that might be a decent place to be.
Right.
Before we head up that elevator shaft, can Violet kind of be like one of the last people to leave?
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's okay. She's still standing by Strong Blossom, and can she do a sweep with her visor to see if she sees any kind of like thermal stuff? Like, because Granger said that Jeffries was here, so she knows that he has that thing. So she wants to do just
observation roll
And I get
at
a-
-3.
but I get a +2 because it's through my visor, so -1.
All
Right?
right.
Is that how that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah.
Oh no, only 14 dice.
It's still a lot. 1 success.
One success.
Yes.
14 dice. How's this happen?
All right, I want to be really clear about this here. When you look down the hall, just turning, you going out toward the ship, just for a moment, you thought you saw a shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a familiar shimmer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they all look a little different.
Does it look like a Jeffrey shimmer? Because I've seen him stealth
Is it
before.
Dr. Veranda?
No. That's a good question, and you got one success, and I will tell you. Sorry, my thing died. No, that is not a Jeffrey's shimmer.
Well, I can let you know that McKelson is walking around with her, as per my character sheet, ouchie spinny blade thingy in hand. Righty, case of cultists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Violet takes a step forward as if to go after this thing. Looks up, realizing that everybody's upstairs and these 4 Marines are down by themselves, and she reaches out because she's still next to Strong Blossom, so she reaches out and just kind of like puts her hand on his forearm and gives it like a gentle squeeze. And a couple of things: don't touch any of the food or drink here, it's all contaminated.
We're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Second thing, do you have any kind of thermals? There's something
Like underwear?
No. Like thermal vision, like
Oh. No. That's what's his Archer? Who's the guy standing next to her?
Ashley?
Ashley. No, Ashley's got the thermal binocular.
Okay.
Do you have any thermals? Do you want them?
No,
you
you need them.
I need them?
Somebody needs them.
Okay.
I don't want to alarm you,
Okay.
and I'm not sure. But there might be something here that we can't quite see with the naked eye. I know that sounds crazy. I know it's insane, but I also know that you're a Marine and you're prepared. So just be hyper vigilant.
Hey, I will radio you if I see anything. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Why don't you get up there? We've got
Keep them on
trained
your
trained
face.
professionals. Trained professionals. And she puts them over her eyes, turns them on, and starts looking,
Yeah.
down that way.
I
And
did
she
warn
just-
those 4 Marines down by the other ones to keep their eyes out as well, if any shimmers or thermals.
Okay.
So
And Violet does the same thing that she did with Strong Blossom, just that quick squeeze on the forearm. She does the same thing to Ashley, and then she will follow up.
Okay.
Slightly panicked.
look, the 6 Marines downstairs have been warned about thermals and well, not specifically predators, but for weird shimmers. Check your thermals. So hopefully that's enough. We'll see.
And then I do have one more question.
Yes.
The dropship we brought down is mine, right?
Not
It's from-
legally.
Well, of course not legally. Nothing I've done has been legal.
You
Okay.
mean, do you control it?
Yes.
So you would have to remote pilot it from the Remington, which you control. Yes.
Right. Okay. So
I
I
want to be clear that you bounce it just like in Aliens. You bounce it to the ship. You cannot go from your mind to the ship. You go from
Right.
your mind, the Remington, to the ship.
okay, but I'm getting like diagnostics and stuff on it.
Yes.
So you'll know if
Okay.
it takes
Yes.
off.
It's
When-
being bounced to you.
Okay. I want to make sure it's closed, first of all. Make sure
I'm sorry.
the-
Could you repeat the question?
I want to make sure the ramp is closed.
The ramp is closed.
Okay. And then I just want to keep that diagnostic in my peripheral vision to see if anything happens to our ship.
Yeah. You can see cameras. You can see Chow with her foot up on the dash. You can see out the back and out the front. And there's like 2 wing
Hilarious if he
cams.
just came in the speaker. Chow, feet off the dash.
I am going to ping Chow and be like, be wary. Possible unseen hostile. That's
Chow,
it. That's all I'm
The
going to
last
tell him.
time that happened, Chow got shot down while
She got
piloting the
blown
ship.
up. Yeah, this poor woman's going to get blown up again.
Maybe.
That's all I send her, and then I go up. I'm sorry. I'm
All
done.
right. And then Violet goes up. Okay, now, but that means that in front of her is R, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who,
Yep.
according to this, is really by the captain
Yes.
and King and Shillingford and kind of the last to come in. And Blaze, you are right in front of them, and you're kind of escorting the command team right there. Well, there's a big wall of Marines in front of you, right? That's sort of fallen to you and Fisher, right? As you guys are kind of on either side of the captain, R, and Violet. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So Granger and Fellows and Gasper, along with Brewer and Thompson, can now move up, and Kennedy and Heston can now move up into the main chamber. Granger, is that what you're ready to do?
This is the main chamber that is full of voices.
You think it is, and you hear cacophonous voices.
Okay. I'm going to quietly indicate to the fire team with me that I'm going to try and infiltrate first and find an overwatch position before they breach. Because I believe I should be able to sneak in there. But if I am spotted, it's weapons hot, clear the room. And get me a medic.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I just remembered what the medic is.
All right. So
Don't
you
worry,
step
I
in.
got super glue, morphine, and whiskey just for you.
I am going to try and quietly move my way in.
Okay.
Ooh.
Step in to a massive planetarium chamber.
Mm-hmm.
2 slopes on either side go up around the side, and in the middle is this elevated, detached platform with this ramp that comes onto the backside of this circular, this round walkway around the room. As you make a right turn and begin to look, it's what I assume, like, you know, you ever see like a ministry video or like a Sisters of Mercy video, you know, everybody's in black leather. There's a stereo somewhere with like whatever Tool is doing in 2189, you know, it's somebody's getting a tattoo first thing right on thing. They're sitting on a couple of big crates and one of them's working on the other and wiping the blood with a big old dirty rag. And you just see people hanging out. Some of them are eating. Some of them are like, seem to be kind of writing. And they kind of look at you as you approach, but they don't get up and they don't reach for anything. They just kind of see you and you're shining your flashlights in their eyes and they kind of squint, but they don't flinch and they don't freak out. And they kind of allow you to join them as you move forward, and Gasper and Fellows kind of look at each other and kind of nod their heads, and then they look at you, Granger, to kind of see what you're gonna do, and they kind of tilt their chin to the left and shrug their shoulders, and there's this loud music along with this huge cacophonous chanting coming from the raised platform. And as you come up around it, you can almost see hands in the air. Fingertips, holding up bare bone white fingers with black veins, blue veins, shimmering in the light. And as Kennedy and Heston come out and sort of naturally take the right, they kind of look to you, Granger, and are like, They just sort of keep moving unless you stop them. And Kennedy, you know, this is kind of her scene, you know, like immediately she's kind of, you know, she's got an eyebrow up. Heston all these guys look like Heston, right? They could be Heston's, you know, cousins, you know, and there's women and there's men and there's maybe even like some teens, you know, like maybe some 16, 17-year-olds. You come around. Granger, which way do you go? Do you go up the right or the left?
Well, originally, I was just going to come in and kind of scout things out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then try and find an overwatch
The
position.
Marines are going to move on in unless you say stop.
And I know.
He did. He said, I'm going to
That's
go
what
on
I said.
ahead first.
I'm
Oh,
going
I'm
to go
sorry.
in ahead. walk
sorry.
in, try and get an Overwatch position, and then call them in to clear the room.
Okay. Well, they
But
go
we-
in and they're immediately spotted by a bunch of people sitting there, and they're looking at you.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to do a
Okay,
mobility
okay. I'm
roll or
sorry.
anything.
I'm sorry.
That's
You
all right.
can.
I
You
no,
can. We can bring
I'm
it back.
spotted. I'm spotted immediately, and then they don't go aggressive. So I just call. They're not aggressive. I don't see any weapons. Let's move in and secure the area and find out what we're dealing with. McGilson, we're moving in to secure. No aggression yet, so holding off on the extermination for now. And I'll send one squad one way, one squad the other. And the only thing I'll say, if they look at you funny, put them down. And then I'll sit back and I'm looking for. Okay, I will say one thing. Can Granger see whatever's making the music? Is there like a.
It's like a stereo off to the back left.
Okay, do I have a clear shot on it? I want to
Yes.
shoot the stereo. I just pull out the sniper rifle and I want to take a shot at the stereo.
All right, give me a range combat roll.
Okay, that would be the M42A scoped rifle, which I will make a roll with no modifiers. 2 successes.
Ranger killed the radio star.
Yes.
Okay. Put
So just a freaking loud shot goes off.
I love it. And the radio spins and you hear it fall off of whatever it was sitting on with a loud bang. The batteries come flying out of it. And everybody kind of looks. And the chanting slowly stops. And some of them start to stand up. And then some lights come on up on this platform. And figures step up onto the lip of this platform and look down. And Lindy, if we could look at the
Yes.
image now, please.
I will.
We have an image.
We have a handout. Boop.
I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, okay.
4 figures are standing
He
as
has
the
the big
chanting
wrench.
slows down and stops.
They're right.
And there's a big one right in the middle. They have bone white skin with blue-black veins. He has this nasty scar on his face. Everyone is in these hooded robes up on the dais except for him, where he's got this big coat. And he comes up and he puts his hands on his hips, looks down at you.
Well, hi there. Waylon Utani, this is private property. Yeah, you guys are squatting. We're going to have to ask you to please exit the premises. You really don't have any say in this because I've got fire teams aimed at you right now. So you can either just nod your head, yes, you're going to leave, or we can just go ahead and spread whatever blood you have in that weird body of yours all over the back wall.
Glad Granger said that instead of me.
And they look at each other, and he looks at the big guy over his left shoulder with the wrench, and he tilts his chin, and he puts his thing down, and they all raise their hands. Everyone in the room raises their hands.
I don't like it.
At the exact same time, like puppeteering.
They hold. I want to know what happens next. What happens in the next moment? Blaze is standing at the door. What does the command team do?
I mean, Blaze would probably look to McKeelson like,
Keelson's in the back. Like, the fuck is Granger? I thought you were talking. Trying to catch up.
I mean, there's not much else to do but go forward. So team in the room, you know.
Oh, which means Shittingford's gonna be inside.
It means you too, McKeelson. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I'm just
Quick clarification with Granger's question. Did they all do the hands at the exact same time?
Yeah.
The leader did it first, then
And
his
everybody
3
followed.
guys, and then everyone in the room. one
Yeah, but
after another.
it was like a natural, like everyone raised it at different times, like they were recognizing, and then it wasn't like he lifted his hands and everyone.
They're not
lifted their
right.
hand.
It's not mind control. Good point.
Okay,
Right.
good, because that was going
a
to be
valid
really
concern.
freaking creepy.
Yeah.
No, they all just kind of did it, but they saw him do it first, and then
Because if that happened, it was shoot the guy that raised his hand first,
Yes.
right then, not waiting any longer.
No, Violet, you hear heartbeats.
Mm.
You hear human heartbeats.
Okay.
My question is, what does Terry Shittingfield do?
Okay, so
What?
you guys.
How is? Because they're surrendering. Hands up, universal sign of don't shoot. These are all well trained enough Marines to know that. But I think Mikkelsen looks at the company man to see what the fuck is going on with his face.
And you all, I want to describe this very carefully. The command team steps in. Granger, do you hold or do you continue to approach?
Sorry, I am not getting anywhere near these people, especially the gray skin, weird blood vessel people.
Maybe
No.
I should give them some of my blue juice. They'll love it.
Yeah. Pass out the blue milk to everyone.
The command team comes in, and when Blaze walks in, nobody pays attention. They're all looking at the Marines. When Mikkelsen walks in, you see all these people, their hands in the air.
That is not what Mikkelsen was expecting at all whatsoever.
When Shillingford walks in, you see his face go bone white, and then you spot the leader tilt his chin and look at Shillingford.
Ooh.
And then really quickly before we move on too far, that stuff that they were chanting, did I recognize what they were saying?
It's a great call.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to clarify before we move forward.
No.
Good.
And then it's R before Violet. Yes.
Yes, because
Violet was
Violet's in the
last.
back.
Yes. Yes.
R walks in, and 2 things happen at once.
Yeah, that's another reaction. I look at Shittingford, and then the R comes in, and then I look back at the guys.
Shillingford
Yeah.
looks at the big guy, sees the big guy see him, looks over his right shoulder at R, takes a breath to say something, and then he looks like he's about to pass out. As you turn, the leader has turned and is coming back. He has to walk down, and he's now disappeared behind his friends. His friends who now gather up, and they lean forward and squint, and then they look at R, and then one puts their hand on the other one's shoulder,
It's easy
and a
'cause their hands are up.
collective gasp rocks through the room, and they all take a knee,
They were worshiping Rebecca.
except for the leader,
Yep.
who comes up, approaches Shillingford, regards R, but doesn't do a thing. Walks right up to Shillingford.
He wants to gut Shittingford
is
in front of everyone.
Catatonic.
I have no objections. He
He
died tragically due to a cultist incident, is what the official reports will say, perhaps.
Shillingford is frozen still. The leader, unless stopped, approaches Shillingford, walks up to him, puts his hand on his collarbone, and says, "You should not have come back." And he crushes his windpipe with his hand.
No
He
complaints.
sticks his thumb through in between his collarbone and through his larynx, and you hear it pop like a grape. You hear the sinew in his neck crack under the vice grip of this unusually strong individual. And he lets go, and Shillingford drops like a bag of laundry. And that is where we will cut it unless Frank has something.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just gonna say I immediately trained my gun on him and like, oh no, stop. And then when he drops, I'm like, do we still have a problem?
Everybody points guns at this guy, and that is where we
Mikkelsen
will.
doesn't. Akil's like,
Quick question.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
Ray-
Sorry.
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 R came in. Has Violet come in at this point? Because she's a
I-
little bit behind.
Yeah. No, she would have come
I
in
saw
right
this.
as
Okay.
Yeah.
you saw
Perfect.
this. You
That's
saw
all
it.
I
Absolutely.
wanted to know.
But it was R that they responded to.
Mm-hmm.
And just for my edification, I think as well, I visually look the most similar to Rebecca, right? I'm
look
like
You look
actually,
identical
I'm
to
the
her.
identical clone.
You are
Okay, okay.
Clone of this
Hair,
woman.
clothes, everything. Okay, just want to make
Hair,
sure.
clothes, everything. Well, hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
been
You didn't want her clothes.
much better
Because
dressed.
that was
Yeah, no,
really
yeah,
creepy.
much better
Yeah.
dressed now. I didn't want to clothes. Okay, cool.
I think you kept the shoes. I think you liked the shoes.
I did like her boots. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
I
you
just got a
want us
couple
to say
things
Shillingford? I mean,
No.
no, I'm asking. Travis looks a little disappointed. Did he killed his favorite character?
I just find it ironic how he says you shouldn't have come back, and I'm like, oh, really? Shittingford, who says he's never been here before? How odd! How strange!
Yeah, knew exactly
to
where
say
to
this.
unscrew
Yeah.
and start to move upwards. Yeah. No.
Yeah, weird.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow.
Wow, like he got kicked out of the cult for being too crazy. Maybe.
How strange.
I
Founded the
want
cult
to
thing
say
that
just a
kicked out.
couple of things. I really appreciate y'all. I tried something at the beginning of this episode. We sort of have a character who might swallow a flash drive and go through that a little bit. And so I hope that didn't just put anybody off their dinner or stink up the place a little bit. We're trying things around here. It's a rated R movie. The other thing is you guys, I can't remember what I was going to say. You guys are amazing. And this was great. And we're going to play again in 2 weeks. This is kind of a two-parter. We're going to try and keep this thunder rolling. And, I think the thing about Shillingford and this whole game is it's supposed to be,
Poop emoji. I have clarified to update his status. on
You know,
our app.
it's kind of going like as hard as you can outside of the, he's not even as much fun as the guy from Aliens. He hurts, and I liked this broken individual, and if anything, all it does is continue to pump up Rebecca Steelman, who is just like, I think maybe my favorite character that I've never played and never met. and I just think it's fantastic. And we've broken her into so many pieces. And I think we're telling quite a story. And I think there's some things sneaking up on us. I really appreciate y'all. And I'll hand it over to Lindy. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So this is going to go. We're going to go around. We're going to say who we are, where we can find you online, and what your favorite moments from tonight's game were. Because I'm not going to limit you to just one, because I'm not cruel. You know what? Let's just go in reverse order from last time, because that sounds fun. Let's start with our game master. I know you just had some words to say, but say a few more.
I
moments?
love that. I really appreciate the Marines who are completely checked in and completely doing what they're supposed to be doing. And we're trying to set up sort of a Kobayashi Maru type sort of a thing. I think this group has some very difficult choices to make here coming up, and that's what I'm trying to do. And so I just think that my Marines are super patient and super thoughtful, and I really appreciate it. And I'm having a wonderful time with Granger and how he's kind of shaking the walls of this game and his own life and his own situation and all of this. And if we can create that kind of raw nerve, somebody who's motherfucker, if we can just get there, if I can frustrate you just enough, but keep you having fun, I think that's right in the pocket. And I just appreciate Ray so much, and Becky, who has this spy alien that's like in the shadows of the whole thing. Like, I think that was my favorite part of tonight. And it's one of those things where you hope you didn't bring the game to the hall, but sending the alien out in front to do recon and do the whole thing. And I could just really see it. And I love this so much. So that's what I have to say. We're going to play again in 2 weeks.
Thank you. That was absolutely wonderful. Cannot wait. I don't even know what we're gonna do. So that's gonna be awesome, and I cannot wait. Someone who may or may not know what to do either. I don't know. Brewer, how was tonight for you?
Oh, very good, very good. Yes, I don't have very many decisions to make. I'm just here to follow orders. It's just that simple. Shoot. My favorite part was probably when R threw the package off the off the dock. I felt bad. I felt bad for Shillingford. Just like I was like, ouch, man. What a horrible situation to be in. But yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite part, but it's definitely the part that stuck in my head the most. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, we also have our dear Violet. How was tonight for you?
That was an absolute blast. I always say it, but I wish I could play this literally every week. This is probably one of my favorite games. There's so much going on and it's so intense and the panic that I felt seeing that shimmer and realizing that it wasn't Jeffries and then leaving our Marines down there. I like Strong Blossom. He's like a computer geek. Like, I don't want him to die.
Well, they have the thermals on and open comms.
Yeah.
They might be okay.
Probably not. I'm Nugatosaurus. I play Violet, the synthetic human who doesn't really know what's going on right now and just wants to protect the people she cares about. And I think that's her ultimate goal right now. My favorite part was kind of us wrangling all of the sick people downstairs. Just all of the insane things they were saying, and then I loved how they were like, oh yeah, there's something outside, there's someone upstairs, and we believe them. Like, these people are just, they've been hallucinating, they have a neurotoxin in there, and we just absolutely no, but we just absolutely believe them, didn't even question it, weren't even like, no, you're crazy. We're like, yes, okay, 100%.
That says volumes about how much shit we have been through.
We've been through. Yeah. That was my favorite part. My second favorite part was Granger walking out of the dropship with R and Violet. That felt like it's been a long time coming, and I don't, for the moment, Granger has picked a side, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to see more, and I'm ready for 2 weeks from now. Can't wait.
Cannot wait. Thank you so much. And of course, we also have our intrepid, smart gunner, Shiny Pilot, Blaze. How are you?
Yeah, good now that I saw this call and sweeping the upstairs with it and the shitting of the chip from Shittingford. That was great. That tickled me so much to hear that, especially was going out on the landing pad to do
I can't shit out a USB card on a ship. I gotta go do it on the docks in the rain.
I'm sorry, but you want face huggers? This is how you get face huggers, okay? So never poop alone, because that's how you get face huggers. Anyways, that was fun. I love the Aliens universe. I love the intensity and the scenarios that you set up for us, Travis, and the scenarios you have to make us think what our characters would do, given some very interesting scenarios, and I appreciate that very much. Anyways, yeah, I'm Shiny Pilot 206 for Laugh of Indie channel for Mondays, Tuesdays, and for our Aliens games. I'll be here for the next Aliens game. Looking forward to it. This is fun as always, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you. That was super fun. Someone who may not shit alone in character. I don't know. Granger, how are you?
What a segue! Wow!
I'm renowned for them.
Here's going to be our PSA for today: is don't shit alone.
Don't poop alone.
That's how you get face huggers, right there.
Face huggers.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm Deception Check. I don't shit alone. I have a dog and a cat that watch me every time I go to the bathroom.
Alone.
I can't get away.
Pets count. Pets count.
Never alone. Yeah, you can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays and on Saturdays for Aliens favorite parts. Absolutely loved. First off, it's all the entire Shittingford USB scene. I liked how freaked out he was, and like how it felt like he was maybe going to face hugger, like he was going to have a chest burster right there because he was freaking out a little bit. So I was like, okay, what's going on there? And then like R going out and slapping. I thought when R went out that they were going to push Shittingford off the edge. And he slipped and fell.
I was hoping for it.
This was just as good. I mean, really, it was even better because it gave me the opportunity to just look at him and go, you missed something on your shirt there. And That was a nice little emasculating moment for him there in the elevator. I thought that was great. And so that entire section was absolutely amazing, and enjoyed every bit of it. And also how the Marines didn't listen to Granger when he said ice everybody, and they did their own thing, and they had a decent moral compass, which we found out that Granger doesn't. So all kinds of fun things. Thanks.
Thank you. So my favorite parts. Oh wait, no. Before me, our wonderful, beautiful, illustrious guest.
By all
Laura,
means, if you wanted to
what's
go
tonight for you?
first.
No, I'm just very excited to talk about how awful Shittingford is.
My gosh. Well, hi, I'm with the Brick. You can find me everywhere on the interwebs by that name. My gosh. The favorite parts of today. I really enjoyed seeing the cultists. Like, I like that that's a weird element that has been thrown in the mix, because like that's just not something that I immediately think of in the Aliens universe. Like, it's just not something that I know that it exists probably somewhere, but it's not something that I've ever interacted with. So that, on top of like the creepiness of like, you know, our kind of finding out and realizing what the hell's really going on, and like trying to put those pieces together, it's just a weird thing to throw in the mix, and I love it. And I love that they're chanting in a language that we don't understand. Makes it even better. And I really liked doing the thing with Shittingford. That made me really happy. There were a lot of things. I didn't know what that case was originally. And I was like, okay, if this is one of like 2 or 3 different things, I'm going to have 1 or 2 or 3 different responses. So that was kind of like, oh, you know what? Like, it's just enough to put you in a place, but like not enough, because she still is like so angry with that person. So it was really fun to kind of get a little bit of back at you, just a little bit more. It's like, I stole your money and now I made you wipe with your own sock. All right, now we can even be like 5% closer to being even. Yeah, and then watching him get thrown out at the end, that was like a wet tissue. That was great. It was probably like, it was a whole life imitates art thing. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was great. And thank you again, everybody, for letting me come back and play the replicant clone R. It's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to see what happens.
Also, I have to throw in there, awesome props with those voiceovers. Those were amazing. Definitely put it in the mood. Those are fantastic.
So to that,
Absolutely.
I'd like to mention about that. Ray was in, I think she was in the intro. That's actually 3 different people have played this character. And I'd like to
Yeah.
discuss that really quick. One is Ray, who plays this clone character and also some of Rebecca's flashbacks. And then another one, I think we need to say it after a year of running it. That's Frost from Fire, aka Charlie, as the voice of future Rebecca. You can tell by her little twist of an accent. I want to say what's up to Charlie. When you say what's up to her on Twitter, I've kept her secret for such a long time. And she just gave us such a beautiful VO so many months ago when we were playing this game. And then my wife played Rebecca for today's video. She's kind of peak career Rebecca voice right there.
Love
Rebecca
that.
right in her CEO face. So this is supposed to be a larger than life thing. You know, she left such a craterous impact. She's my Peter Whalen. She's my, it's a big thing. So I'm glad you brought that up. Ray plays her beautifully.
Yes, I concur. So my favorite parts was from day 1. We have called Terry Shittingford, or Shittingfield. And my favorite, because Travis didn't have to do this, is that he lived up to his foul nickname.
Did I go too far though? I feel like I
Literally
went too
shitting-
far.
No.
Like y'all had a look on your face like, really, Trav? Like,
No, we were like, wow, this punk ass. You
I
know.
thought it was kind of just right a little bit.
No,
Like,
it
you
was
walked right up to
beautiful.
the line.
It was
and we stopped.
perfect. And my secondary favorite part, aside from him living up to the name, is he walked outside to go do it. I guess for privacy or whatever. Even though there's probably a little bathroom on the shuttle. But October is looking out the window with his cam. So everyone sees it on the monitors, and it's now recorded. Which is probably what he was trying to avoid, was being recorded, shitting out a USB drive. And there it is. Right there. I think that was my favorite part. Absolute favorite part was October watching it. Like, what the? Just lending more credibility to him being an insane Obsessive psychopath. Anyways, yeah, that was my absolute favorite part. Was just shitty. My second favorite part is when he died. I got to put little X's over his poop token because Travis didn't have a token for him, so I made a poop token. Because he's finally dead. I've long waited for this day, even though he's only been a character for the past few months.
No, stop! Don't kill him.
Oh no! Oh, this is gonna have to go in the report that cult
Okay.
violence. He died as a result of cult violence. Oh no! We lost all the footage due to interference. Oh no!
He's dead. I guess that's
Yeah,
what caused it all.
Man,
Done.
it's
By the
terrible.
time we
What
got-
can we do? Nothing. Just leave now. Sorry to disturb your cult. Keep going on. We nuke the site from orbit. Everyone's happy. We all, have a great day. That's my headcanon for the happy ending, but we'll see what actually happens next week. Also, maybe there's a Yautja running around. If they do, maybe they saw my sick Yautja street cred with my spinny blade thingy and my Royal Queen jelly, Capri Sun, just waiting ready to go.
All you need is more gifts.
One more point. Another favorite part that I absolutely hated was Jeffrey's whispering in Granger's ear.
Oh!
That was mean. I love it. I hate you. That's pretty much where I am with that, Travis. Jeffrey's whispering in Granger's ear. That was good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
But
I'm
bad.
so glad I got the answer to why are they naked. I am content now. The new question is who the fuck are these people? And maybe we'll find out the answer in 2 weeks. So yes, come back in 2 weeks here on the Laugh Love Landy channel for more aliens. What's normally once a month. Is it Christmas? Why certainly it is, because we get it twice this month. And of course, if you want more games in the meantime, we also have our Mondays in Exandria, Wanderlust of Wildmount, and our Mists of Ravenloft on Tuesdays, where they're in Aslan's House of Petty right now, basically. Gonna try to convince him to go into the past and fuck over Strahd, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I just know it's gonna be fun. And petty. And I cannot wait for it. So, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate you. And also, thank you, Void Smoker, for the beautiful, wonderful fan art. We absolutely loved it.
Big, huge thanks to Void Smoker, who's a dream to work with and really gets the look of this show and did such fabulous artwork this week. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. And with that, we will bid you adieu. Till next time, have fun and play games.